Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. We're up to number 48, so we might have to do a 50th surprise party in a few weeks. So, hail to Clobbering Times and Dadman Walking.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
Yep, and we got Gap Stargate saying hail. Small Time Republic, who's a big time guy.
Hey
or
there.
gal. I'm not sure. I'm assuming guy. Sorry. Larry, or Raquel likes to say Larry.
Larry.
The great Pat S. And I don't know where's my stream bot running. Hopefully the bot will be there soon. We don't want to miss out on the bot, right?
Come on, the stream bot.
Yeah, the Stream Elements bot. Yeah, should be starting soon, hopefully. So so hope you guys are doing good. Had a great weekend. Had a good week. We had a lot of fun on Saturday Night Star Trek with some great episodes, right, to review.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, overall, they were pretty good episodes, I have to say. So
except for one.
No.
Oh, there's a Stream Elements.
Yeah, there it is.
Hail Stream Elements. Yeah.
Well, sadly, I have to admit, it's always great with the Saturday Night Show because it's always a good hangout to listen to people. Unfortunately, we've fallen behind the last 2 weeks because of moving our oldest and the massive reworking we've done around here this weekend. But, I'm excited after y'all's reviews to catch up on what I've missed and going forward. So
you actually didn't do your homework? You're admitting that to the professor?
Listen, I learned my lesson a long time ago. Never to lie to the professor. The truth. Just admit the truth. It goes off better that way.
Well, I'm good friends with some college professors, so we're having dinner tonight, and that's why I was pushed the show back a half hour. And some of the courses now are totally online. Some of them are meet that, or they do hybrid or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she got an email from someone in Africa saying, "I'm doing your homework and assignments for one of your students, and he hasn't paid up." So, like, the idea, I guess, he was going to tell, and the teacher's like, "I'm pretty much know who it is." They have ways of telling who's copying things and people. So she's like, "Well, I'm not going to respond to this." That's or whatever. She went to the dean or whatever, but I guess the kid ended up getting an F. It's like, I guess his idea was he was going to show the email that he sent to my friend who's the professor, saying that you better pay up or I'm going to rat you out. But I guess what they're doing now is, she was saying, like, they'll do things that are timed, like you have to show your work within 15 minutes, if you're doing it online, because otherwise it's too, you can,
And they have online proctors watching that stuff too, I think. I mean, it's very
well. They have a camera that's watching, but then she said, "Well, one student did. He printed a picture of himself, and he didn't. He screwed up. He didn't do like a good print, and not that it would have worked. And he left like the when you do full page print, he left the white border on it. So she's like, that picture looks really, the video of the student looks really strange, and he's not moving. He covered the camera like with a picture of himself.
Well, I'm thinking of as you describing that, the movie Speed. You remember the bus and they did the film loop?
I don't remember that. It's been so long since I saw it.
Yes, I've seen it a million times. Yeah, I remember.
The film loop. That's exactly what I'm thinking about when you're talking about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did they do? The camera?
It was the closed circuit camera that Dennis Hopper was watching to make sure everybody stayed on the bus.
Yep.
And Keanu Boy had the idea to have the local, at that time they could patch into the VHS feed or the UHS feed or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
And clip, you just put them on like a continuous loop. Look who's here.
Hey, we got Nick Weiser here.
The great Nick Weiser.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Nick Weiser. How's it going?
Hey, guys. I thought I'd join you guys. I haven't had an open Sunday while. I figured why not spend a little bit of time with you guys for a bit. So I don't got too much time, but it's nice to see you guys.
Awesome, man.
Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you guys. Dadman, Klobby, Mark. What's going on, Mark?
Oh, doing good. Yeah, I missed you on Toxic Tuesday. I lost money last week. I lost money last week. I was up like $50 and I gave it all back.
See, now I can't forgive you. Now I can't forgive you for missing last week. See, I could have forgiven it if you won money.
I was so bad last week. And then one of my buddies was like, we're playing poker, so that's why I've been missing Toxic Tuesday, because we have a summertime poker game. And of course, my buddy scheduled them all on Tuesday night, without consulting me. But there's people some people only see during the summer, and it's, So,
that's fair.
Yeah. But so one of my buddies has been bluffing. I kept nailing him on his bluffs. I love it when when someone's playing cards and you're pushing them. They're trying to push you around. But we don't play all in. But then last week he wasn't bluffing all the time, so I kept losing. A couple times I kept losing. I was like, that's just like a friendly. You're not losing big. You're not losing any big bucks, but. But it was all good fun. Yeah.
Can we get a huge? Dude, we had like 40 huges on TNT. It was great. I counted. It was crazy. I was like, holy crap, it's becoming a thing now.
That's awesome. So how you been doing? How's Toxic 2? I've been jumping into some of the end of the shows, but
they've been good. 70s has picked up with your part. We got Airplane this Tuesday. We're looking forward to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was TMNT.
Oh no. We're doing Airplane. I was talking about we were on TNT last week. That we had a bunch of people saying huge. Thursday Night Throwdown.
Oh, I thought you said you had Chrissy Barr coming on there.
That's this Thursday.
Oh, okay. Not on your Tuesday show then.
No. Maybe one day for that. We'll see, but that's a whole other.
Well, I'm glad I checked with you because I told Mark that she was coming on to talk about,
No.
Well, you should. Oh, now I'm disappointed now. Come on.
Sorry, Mark.
That's all right. Yeah, just
Dude, Nick, those movies that you've been reviewing have been great lately. The Naked Gun, Airplane is one of my favorite of all time. That's going to be a blast.
Dude,
well, Nick has not seen it, have you? You finally saw it?
I have, actually. Wow. Turns out I thought I hadn't seen it. Turns out I have. I'm watching. I'm like, this feels very familiar. I said I didn't see it, and you know what? Sometimes that happens. You think, oh, I've never seen this before, and then you watch like, oh, maybe I have. So my memory is definitely shoddy of it at parts, but there's parts like, oh, I remember that ridiculousness. So yeah, it was definitely one of those flicks. But now what I haven't watched in a long time, and I'll just put in the private chat, is what's going to be its follow-up. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
Yeah. Surprise.
I might be away that week, but I'm going to bring my microphone with me in my
you should for that
laptop.
One,
yeah. That's a special one. And Nick is talking about Zardoz just for the special one. Yeah, Zardoz.
You weren't supposed to say that.
I'm just. Well, listen, Pat S. and Phantom Outsider got me just rolling already with the lines from Airplane. I walk around saying Airplane lines all the time. It's one of the most quotable movies ever.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a lot of clips of that one because there surely are a ton of great clips in that movie.
Shirley, don't call
me Shirley. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. I was messing with a bunch of DVDs and I found my airplane. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a while.
What is a hospital? It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
What a hospital? What is it?
It's a big building with patients. It's just not important right now.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie.
It's one of my favorite movie memories of all time because I remember we were out some vacation somewhere out of town, my whole family in 1980 when we went to see it, and obviously we laughed our ass off when we were in the theater. But then we all go to ice cream. I'll never forget sitting with my mom and dad and my brothers, sitting there and later after the film, having ice cream at a Howard Johnson's. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they had great sundaes on Nick. You'd have
that's
loved
what
them.
we were doing.
Big, huge
and
banana
talking
splits.
About the movie.
Great.
We were talking about the movie, and we were laughing more then. We were talking about how ridiculous the movie was. We were actually laughing even more than we got out and started thinking about it. How outrageously ridiculous the movie is. It's so great.
That's literally word for word another movie.
Yeah, because it's based on that. It's based on a disaster airplane movie.
In the 70s, there were some famous. Huh?
Oh, Zero Hour.
0 Hour, yes.
0 Hour.
Zero Hour.
There were also these movies called Airport. First one was 1970, and there was Airport 1975, Airport 1977, and finally I think it was Airport Concorde, Airport 79. Or like 4 airport movies.
Oh.
And they were big in the 70s. You know?
Yeah.
So let me. We got the Hungry Boys here. We got Phantom. I think we said hi to Larry. Hey, Pleasant Valley Pickers here.
Hey,
Mark.
Hey, buddy.
Mark.
Yeah.
You remember?
Eat yourself into a food coma and start in your hotel room with the best ideas in the world. Yeah, their ice cream was really good.
Nice. Are there any of those still around?
No.
I think they're mostly gone.
Yeah,
I doubt
maybe there's like 1 or 2 left.
I think I saw one in Orlando a few years ago, but it wasn't like it used to be with the restaurant and all that.
It was a hotel chain with a little restaurant there.
Yeah. By the way, Mark, I'm drinking the grass soda tonight.
You're drinking grass?
Yeah, I'm drinking grass. Thanks to Nick. In honor of Nick, I'll take this last swig. So,
Awesome.
Not much better than the Pirate's Piss. So,
I'm drinking Jim Beam. I'm just doing Jim and Coke tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh.
So here's the let me put my overlay up. Not that it helps, I don't think, but I'll play just a couple of clips of this. But I put the link in. So this compares these two airplane in 0 hours side to side. So let's see. So they let me get to a part where but everyone should watch this. So here's like 0 hour, and I'll just play a couple seconds. Striker, yeah. Let's see.
Striker.
So it's like I want to get to where there's some dialogue.
Remember the running joke in Airplane 2? They kept saying Striker, and he kept hitting.
Yeah.
Striker. Striker, yeah.
Hitting the...
I'll check with his stewardess and see if they let us.
I just like how anytime something bad happens to like one of the people on the ship, and then the ship just looks normal, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, nothing happened, right? Yeah.
Never got old. Like someone will hang themselves, but then you look around, and it's like nothing happened. 2 minutes later, oh man! Or when the girl's cord got yanked because a song was being sung for her.
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you like movies about Turkish prisons?
Yeah, right.
You ever hang around a Turkish prison? Yeah, that George Kennedy was in all those airport movies there, small time. Absolutely.
And then they do like the same. This is like it's like the same scene.
Here for a while if you'd like.
Could I get?
Okay, you don't get in the way. Thanks.
So it's like the same. It's hysterical because it's like the same. If you watch that video, but it's like I couldn't believe. So they actually bought. Yeah. They actually bought the movie. Yeah.
It's botting time.
Yeah.
It's bot time. What's up, Porgy Bots?
You got Pat's in there.
Oh, we got Pat S to help us, right?
Buddy.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. Yeah. Well, we didn't want to be too lonely tonight, right?
No.
Hey,
Or,
I'm
hey, at least they didn't. They
That was
didn't.
good.
They didn't take. They didn't. They took out the 84%. See, they listened. I complained. They said RA can help you 84% of the time. If I want a bot that's going to help me 100% of the time, right? I mean,
Yeah, I know,
perfect, man.
not
right?
84%. I mean, come on.
Like, where are they getting that number from?
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
left an impression?
yeah. Do
Mhm.
better. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that went nuts was I made a clip of sometimes I clip the Star Trek shows for Cloudy to play on Saturday night, and I clipped this horrible. I'm going to switch to this video here. So there's this horrible Alan Rain song. So I apologize, but people were telling me they were posting like they couldn't believe that this was actually on Star Trek. I mean, DS9 is a great show, but so here's the first few seconds of the clip, and watch as a surprise visit from one of our buddies.
But I did everything she did. Alamarine, count to 4. Alamarine, then 3 more.
Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see. Alamarine, you'll come with me.
Alamarine, you'll come with me.
That's the worst scene in all of Star Trek.
Yeah. So
Avery Brooks agrees with me. By the way, he said it's the worst thing he's every moment on the show.
That was just so bad.
It's a great show that didn't have anywhere near as many horrible ones as TNG, but that one was a stinker.
Yeah. Pleasant says, "Oh no, that belongs on TNG."
Ugh.
And then here's the other clip at the end because I had to clip it up so you don't get not. It doesn't matter if I get zapped anyway. But so here's the other guy at the end of the clip.
What?
Dude,
Isn't that bad?
Oh man.
That's just. I'm driving away viewers now, but I had to put West.
all of a sudden I feel sick. I'll see you guys later.
But anyway, the crazy thing. So, I published the longer clip, and it got copyright claim, but it doesn't matter for me. I don't care. And I've got 2,300
One got
views.
copyright claim.
Well, the long one got copyright.
The one you
the short
made for me.
No, the short one didn't, but the long one did.
I couldn't take a chance, dude. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. The 45-second one got claimed, but the 12-second was actually 2 clips. I made like 2 6-second clips. So I think and it was interesting. Like when you upload it, Paramount says, copyright claim. Paramount allows the use of their video. You just can't make money. I don't make money off of YouTube anyway.
I'm monetized. That's why I would get in trouble.
Yeah, but the 12-second one was didn't get but it doesn't matter. But so I got like 2,300 views on this video. That's like, which is not much anyway. I mean, I told my son, I'm like, Eric, I got a viral video, and he's like, how many? I'm like, at dinner an hour ago it was 1,200, and he's like, that's not viral, Dad. So he was laughing like, yeah, but for me it is because on YouTube it says usually it says views right now. It says 2.3 thousand views, 2.3K more than usual. Because like in the normal, like before it was saying like normal views are my videos like that, they're like 20 views or 40 views or something. But it's just I guess it's the algorithm. It picks up something, grabs it. Or like Nick, you had a video that like a toy that went to 10,000, that Iron Man toy or something that went.
Yeah, of all the videos, that Iron Man short got 12K views. I'm like, okay, that happened, but weird things happen, and that was one of them. Nah, dude, it's really odd. Like I'm not one of those people who's looking to follow trends on YouTube as far as what's. If I happen to be very into a topic, it just happens to be a thing that's, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word, trending, then I'm going to talk about it, but I got to be really invested in it. Like, obviously, like when Top Gun Maverick came out, I saw it straight out of theater, and I did that video off my phone, and then that got 2K views. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I recorded that thing in like 3 minutes. No
Right,
work,
yeah.
minimal effort.
No work, right? Yep.
Yeah, and then of course I have my Megadeth video on their song when they put it out a few weeks ago. I record that thing straight. I woke up straight out of my bed. I listened to the song and I pushed record, talked about it, did it in one take, and then nearly 800 views. And then I did my 7 things I'd like to see from the Rippaverse, and that's nearly at 900. I didn't expect that to take off, and yeah, it's just you never know, man. And once again, if I want to talk about something that's a hot button topic, obviously the Rippaverse is definitely being a subject of late that's popular, but that's because obviously anyone who knows me knows like I'm a big fan. So of course I'm gonna talk about that. So yeah, dude, YouTube is weird, especially as far as like people who have like original content, like Sir Talkslot, who's absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
like
great,
he relies on his subscribers to help get views because he's not gonna come up in the algorithm for anyone. He's not. He's just not. And such because he does his own original material, his own characters, his own everything. And that is my buddy XRL7. XRL7, he does pixel animation and music. So he really, it definitely takes his subscribers to help up those numbers. And yeah, dude, it's unfortunate that they don't prioritize the originals because there's a lot of great talent out there that should be known about.
Well, I think they like the the short attention span theater too. So this was, 40-second video. So we're doing these live
TikTok crowd.
Yeah. So that the shorts, those are shorts that do, this is 45 seconds. So it's a nothing, it's a silly video. I'm glad people are, watching and laughing at it. But and some people are saying like, this is real. This is real. This is not an April Fool's joke. Like, yes, this was actually on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Yeah, 6 was like, where did that come from? Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just they like the TikTok. That's why they have the shorts, I guess. So to compete with TikTok, because that's where I guess a lot of the youngins are. But we love going in depth and talking about stuff and having a hangout here, like it's a comic book shop or a Comic-Con or whatever you call it. So yeah, you don't want to. You're not gonna have a 30-second or 60-second clip. That's going to be, popular. Like Retroblasting had a video the other day on his Patreon. He was saying that, he's not going to change his model. He's trying to get to 100,000 subs, but he's like, his content doesn't work on a YouTube short. I mean, maybe quick action figure thing or something might, but not
a short one anyway. I mean, short, some videos are short, but yeah, you're right. I mean,
he does those great videos.
They're very well produced, and sometimes they have to be a little bit longer, but they're not always real long. But he's got 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes a 20-minute, 25-minute. It depends.
His Spider-Man one that was a half hour long. That was great.
that was for Iconicon though. It was like and his when he and I both did Pride of the X-Men, that was about a 40-something minute or whatever, something like that I did with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it was a
great. Hungry boy.
Yep, he's getting to sharpen his pencils. You'll find out why in a little more than a week.
Oh my! Nice.
Grows clever mustache. And Pleasant Valley says my attention span is generally longer than 60 seconds. That's
mine's been destroyed by this. Mine's been destroyed by social media. I'll fully admit that. I can't sit still for anything anymore. I try, but
Well, you're used to that instant gratification too, right? I mean. So you post something and I'm just doing this for fun, but I gotta admit, once you check once in a while, like, oh, I hope some people saw the video, especially the ones like you work on or I'm like learning Premiere and like doing some, not that I'm like George Lucas or Steven Spielberg, but like, oh, I figured out how to do like something cool on the video or do some insets or whatever. That I did like I put the TV on the video with like the intro to the cartoon opening there, but it's like, you get 30 people to watch, which is fine. Like, you're doing it for fun and to hang out with everyone. But that's why I was hoping, like, someday maybe one of the other videos will get a few more views, but that's that's okay. It will. Yeah, no, it's just silliness, I guess. Sometimes that it's human nature to think about that stuff, so
I want to do some short videos, but I don't want to do something just to be doing it. I can't think of much of what I want to do, or I'd be doing them every day.
Yeah.
It's not my style. I just want to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, Claudia. It's, you're not the type of who needs to be a part of every single conversation. You want to invest in what is your specialty.
Well, I was doing those spinner rack videos, and nobody cared about those things. But I gave them a shot. I'm like, yeah, that was good to make those. It probably helped my algorithm a little bit, I guess, but
yeah,
they weren't really. It took forever, and then
those must have been a lot of work.
Anybody, no, well, only because I'm an idiot, and for anyone who knows how tech stuff would have been able to knock it out really quickly. It's just that I had to do a lot of the research and getting it ready and stuff.
Yeah, but you had to get all those covers for every issue, and then you got to make the picture.
You got to track on the covers. Yeah.
Talk, and then you got to talk. Then talking about it is the easy part. It's getting the video all set.
Getting them all ready was a pain. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Even if you knew computer, like a computer expert, that's still a lot of work to do that one. Yeah.
It was something, but I enjoyed it. But it just kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'll do another one soon.
Here, Pat, that's an idea. 60-second comic review, one comic in 1 minute. Yep.
Yeah, look how long it took us to review 5 issues the other night. Nick, I mean, but
we got 6 gentlemen on the panel who are going all the way with their thoughts and opinions on 5 comics. So we tend to look at things, I guess you could say, more deeply, and we really want to, we're also talking about we're looking for the nitpicks, we're looking for we're also laughing too, and sometimes someone will throw in some banter lines in between. So it makes sense for what our craft is on the Comic Shop Talk. What we're doing turns out the way it does. And tell you what, man, I wouldn't change a thing about it. We got a great team there on Friday nights, and it's fun to talk about some stuff. And I'm looking forward to when we get to part 3, because it's been very fun reading these last few issues. So
is that your first time reading Nova?
Well, yeah, the guys dude, doing Nova, straight up. The man called Nova was brand new to my eyes.
Nice, yep. No, those are some great old comics. I can't believe they're that old now. He was like the new guy on the block and same thing with you, Clobbering Times, but you're just a few years older than me. But yeah, and then people are complaining it was a copy of Spider-Man, but. In
some ways,
I don't agree with them.
Not a carbon copy, but I mean there were similarities. They admitted he was inspired by him, but
but it's a young hero.
Yeah, there's definitely some similarities, but overall, there's that you could definitely find a lot of differences with the characters. And the big ones that we talked about, it was actually on Friday, was how besides Zor, I think it was in issue 1. Nova hadn't really won like a proper fight in all those issues, which was actually very fascinating. The guys were either just better than him or they just got away. And Spider-Man was at least winning fights right off the bat. Like that was the thing Spider-Man's doing. That, and that's a big one. That is a big deal. And also Nova, Richard Rider, so he's called Nova. He's got that functional family, man. That's something Peter didn't really have. So
Peter's a genius. Richard's an adult. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Hey, Monkey Jeebus.
Hey, Jeebus.
The real money is in merchandise. That's true, right? Yeah. That's where all the money. That's where all the money's at, right? Yep.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Hey, I queued that up pretty quick. How about that, Pat? Usually it takes me like 20 seconds to find the clip, and then it's the chat has passed me by. Yep. And Polly's Minion is here. Yeah, and she's got some great shorts of See Me. Yeah. So, but yeah, those videos, that's great for, I watch a lot of YouTube shorts. For some reason, it's got me a lot of ones with See Me, and then there's all these girls cosplaying that show up at my feed. I don't know why.
Oh, can't imagine why.
Not sure why that happens, but yeah. But like, it's perfect for stuff like that. Yeah. But the new cameras are so good too. Like, I don't know what your phone is like, but I mean, I was taking video with my I have a Google Pixel. It's supposed to be just as good or better than the Apple, but I mean the video is pretty damn good. I should put it on my computer. It's like, God, I have all this fancy, one of my side, hustles is camera, amateur photographer. Nowhere near as good as Peter Parker, but it's what you can do. You have all this expensive gear you buy, and then you got this cell phone. God, it'd have been so much easier for Peter Parker back in the day to take pictures of Spider-Man, right? So.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It was so different.
Yeah.
Back then, it was really tough.
But I remember when he'd web the camera to the side of the building, and then he had some sensor that would, when he swung by, it would go off or whatever. Yep. So Fanta says we need Clobbering Times. The flamethrower makes short work of new comics. You're not going to come over and torch my new comic.
Any new comics? Yeah, well, I'd be happy to come torch yours. Yeah. Dark side, I shall destroy your comics.
Flamethrower short of the comic. That'd be too easy. Like it would be fun though. But it's also I'm so tired of giving my time to most of those books. Like there's a few Image books I read and I do genuinely enjoy, but man, there's so many I try to think here. What was the last DC? I really enjoyed Hawkman. I thought that was great from Robert Venditti. I thought that was a great series, and I was really all in on that. And then they cut it, and I was just like, I've not really been reading DC since then.
And of course, read, yep.
Yeah, from DC, yeah, I really enjoyed that book. I thought that was a great book. It was fun. And he had a great issue too with him and Ray Palmer that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I heard that was a good book. Yeah, I never picked it up, but it was a couple last year, a couple years ago, or
anytime something comes out that you're enjoying, they're going to screw it over.
Oh yeah, dude, and that's what happened. Super Sons as well, the original Peter Tomasi Jorge Jimenez book. Yeah, I remember, especially when they had that Super Sons Dynamite one shot, and then they had the Super Sons annual issue where it was Crypto and all the other pets teaming up. They're going out at night, and that was a cool issue because most of it was dialogue between the animals, which wasn't really dialogue. So, yeah, just nice, wholesome fun. I'm like, yeah, this is wholesome fun.
Has anyone seen the that new superhero pet movie? What's it called?
I have
Super
not,
Pets,
but
no.
Script said it was not bad. Script Doctor actually
I almost
didn't
want
mind
to see
it.
but I'm not going to go to the theater or anything.
It's not streaming, right? It's only in theaters right now.
It's only in theaters. Script said it was not bad though.
It looks.
That's
the trailer looked pretty good. The trailer looked pretty good.
No, it didn't look bad. It didn't look bad.
I have a soft spot for Crypto and Ace the Madhound, so I'd probably watch it at some point.
Yeah, look at Ace here. I love the way that Ace's ears up like that. It looks like the bat dog.
Yeah. I mean, they could talk, of course, but hey, might be fun.
Yeah, for kids and kids who are 50 plus, right?
Why does it have the Kingdom Come S? I mean, I know it's also sort of the original Schuster S a little bit. It's got the black background on it.
Interesting. Good catch there. Yeah. Wonder why it's supposed to be an older setting.
Well, sort of similar to you could take your pick. It's sort of the old Schuster S or the Kingdom Come S.
Yeah.
Variation on both, I suppose. I don't know.
Could be that. Wouldn't be surprised if it was that. Definitely a variation.
But it is odd they've never used it other than those two times. So I don't know.
It could be a fun, but that's what's fun too. If it's a good movie, adults can like it. I love taking my kids when they were that age. These any cartoon movies, or God, we even went to see the Smurfs. And some stuff the kids, it's a ridiculous movie, but the kids love it. So you have fun when the kids are laughing, even if you're not,
sometimes I'm enjoying it more than the kids.
Yeah.
Sure.
So there's different levels of the movies that are fun, but the animation looks pretty good on this. Yeah, so I guess it's just these two. These are more super pets, or it's just Crypto and.
Well, they have other pets in there, but it's just Crypto and Ace. But does Ace have superpowers somehow?
No, he doesn't in real life. Well, I was just going to say he doesn't in real life.
in real comics. How about that?
In real comics, yep. What do you mean they're not real? What are you talking about? Yeah. So, but yeah, it does look pretty good. Yep. So, but you'll have to check it out, I guess. Or I'm assuming it'll be streaming after 45 days or so. Yep. So
yeah, I've heard about the $1.99 Mark Millar comic. What's the deal on that, Nick?
I haven't heard anything about that, but
Nick's talked about it. Nick knows about it. I think he covered it, but I don't know if he's still here.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
No problem, Nick. Yep.
What's the deal
Mark
on that?
Millar is doing a $1.99 monthly comic book. He's doing a series called Nightclub, and I think as a really cool, respectful move that he's doing. And he said that he said he went to a bunch of shops recently. He said he was just like, how are all these books so expensive? He said he would talk to fans, and he said that was he said besides some of the content issues, he said a lot of the biggest problem for a lot of people is the money that they were spending.
$4.99, man.
Yeah.
And
a movie used to be $5 in high school.
That was
Yeah,
$4
so-
when I was a kid. Yeah.
And he said he wanted to respond to that by saying, hey, I think, especially as far as the big leagues go, we need to do something about this. This is nuts. So he's like, I'm taking a risk here, but I want to take a chance and hope that it pays off. And I've never really been wild about his Marvel stuff, but I have enjoyed a lot of his indie stuff. I do like his indie stuff. And he really does also really want comics to succeed, which I'll respect any of the day of the week. Anyone who's trying to help comics succeed in any genuine sort of way, he's someone.
Yeah.
Like, once again, kind of like Rob Liefeld. I don't agree with everything he says, but he definitely does care about the medium. So there's that respect there. So I'm gonna check it out, the book, to see what it comes out. It's supposed to be the first of a few series he's got coming out. So, like I said, Reborn was good. That is him and Greg Capullo on the pencils, and I really enjoyed that series. I thought that probably had some of the best Greg Capullo I had seen ever. Hopefully this could be the start of, once again, just be a big trend-setting move. And he even said, like, hey, Marvel DC, where are you guys at? Like, I'm putting out a $2 book. No, The only issue that could make it irritating for me is if there's like corners cut, and by way of corners cut, I mean like the paper quality is worse, stuff like that. Because then
it's going to have to do something about the paper quality. It can't be on the same kind of paper that they're putting the $4.99ers on.
What he said he's doing, he's hoping that more people buy the book. He brought this price out and hoping that more people buy it to balance it out, what they're spending. So. And that is a bit of a gamble, but it also helps to Millar does the things he wants to do because he has his own Millar world.
Right.
He can even talk to whoever he wants to. This is something that people at Marvel DC, they can't even try to touch him if they want to, because he was just on a stream with the Critical Drinker. He was just on a show with Wes from Thinking Critical. So. Yeah. It's an interesting move on his part, and once again, I respect anyone who wants to help keep the medium alive. And once again, I don't truly believe the medium's ever going to die. I think there will be adjustments made along the way, but people are eventually, even as they get older, they're going to want to discover comics, and that's great. And hopefully, and this man understands that we need to print this stuff and have it physically made. So. He's got my attention. At the very least, I want to at least see what's going on with this book.
You can forget about newsprint paper. We'll never do that again. That's not going to happen, Hungry Boy. You know that, though. George Lucas is here.
Hey, George Lucas, hell.
Maddie's daddy, to answer your question, no. Marvel and DC are definitely not a thing. They're just insignificant trap. Garbage.
Hey, Steve Mitchum, Maddie's daddy.
Hey, Steve.
Hope you're doing good. Yep.
Hope you're doing
feeling
all right,
better. Yep.
I'm kind of hot and cold with Millar. He's done some really good stuff, and he's done a lot of stuff that I can't stand, but I like that he talked to Critical Drinker like that. He seems to be respectful of the Rippaverse stuff going on. He seems to want to be the kind of guy that wants to see some, listen, he was, as disgusting as it was, I got to admit, it was a guilty pleasure. His book, The Authority, was really good when he wrote that. I could not stand stuff like Kick-Ass. I hated his Marvel's, his like Civil War trash. He actually did some good issues of Adventures of Superman. He's actually a big Superman fan.
Yes, he's huge. He has Christopher Reeve's cape.
He loves it. Yeah, he did a book. He did an homage book to that called Superior that was really good. He did a book called Huck that was also to that was a homage. He did a really good book called Starlight. I like that one.
I remember Starlight, so it was good.
Red Sun, in spite of the animated version, Red Sun was a good. He's done good stuff.
Yes,
I mean, he's a great writer. It's just there's some stuff he does. I'm like, yeah, that's just disgusting.
And that I'm with you there. There's as far as the mainstream stuff, I'm not wild about, but I do enjoy a lot of his created stuff. And obviously, he's that type of guy.
Writer.
Yeah. He knows how to write. It's clear he knows how to write. He's still passionate, which is what I love, because he's in a point in his life where he doesn't have to do this. He can literally just say, okay, I want to focus on, taking all my mediums and focusing on this whole Netflix spiel or sending it to other, companies. But instead, he still wants to write. He still wants to create. And I think that's awesome for a name like him. And he's going to bring people into this. I guarantee he's going to bring people in. He's going to at least hit. I truly believe he's going to hit 6 digits minimum. No, the question is, can that maintain throughout the 6 issues? I really hope it does. Of course, it's got to be good, but if people like it, I hope they come back for more, not just say, hey, look, I got a $2 comic in 2022. If people genuinely like it, hopefully they'll keep on buying it and realize, hey, we don't have to just buy this stuff for the trade. We can buy the singles, have a cliffhanger that invests you, and they're like, okay, I have to come back to the shop next month for this.
Yeah, look, Hunger Boy. I'm just saying that they're never going to go. I'm not saying I would be against them going back to newsprint. They're just never going to do it. That's all I'm saying. But Captain,
well, they could probably. Oh yeah, hell, Captain Time Lord Spock. Yep. I think we could go back in time maybe a little bit and have a little bit cheaper paper. God, I'd much rather. Hunger Boy was saying before I had the quote up was, a kid orders a soda down a store like $1, $2. Like that's at least that a comic should cost that much, not $5. I mean, and then like Malara's saying here, you can read it in about 10 minutes. So it's like, yeah, that's a quite, and they do all these crazy, special covers and all this BS to try to get the sales up. But they would sell a lot more comics, especially for a kid in Alonzo. I mean, $5, most, minimum wages, most places, say $10 an hour. So you could, a kid would have to work, an hour to get to, 2 comics. That's going to take them 20 minutes to read. So
it's insane.
It's way too much money, and I get a discount when I buy, you got to buy a certain percentage to get your discount. But, as much as I love comic book shops, I think, I'd love to see them on, spinner racks on stores. I mean, it's just the price is just way too high. So hopefully maybe I'll buy a few of them and see if I sub to it. The concept seems pretty cool. So I guess it's a 17-year-old kid, as it says here. You've been bitten by a vampire. Do you live in the shadows and drink human blood, or use your newfound gifts for the dream life of a costume superhero like you always wanted? You're bulletproof. You can crawl up walls, turn to mist, bats, or even a wolf. Why not have fun? Yeah. So that could be good, but I think it's just you price out your audience too, so then you can only, who can afford comics? It's old fogies like me, I guess, right? Or a young kid maybe could buy 1 or 2 comics. I mean, growing up, the comics were, I think, around most of the time was 50 cents or something, or to $1, later on. So it was throwaway money that you could earn pretty quickly. But some of the books are $6 now.
But see, when I was a kid, they were much more available and accessible. I mean, of course, we didn't have the internet back then. We didn't have the specialty stores, but just walking into a convenience store, you could buy them off the rack and all. See, now like somebody like me, where would I find? I mean, I know you have the internet, but I'm old and I don't like using the internet a lot. But I'm used to, if I go in the store and see it, I might buy something like that. But it's just interesting how that's changed over the years, because they used to be everywhere. And like you said, if you target kids walk in a store, they got a little bit of money, they might buy it.
It should be in every 7-Eleven should have a spinner rack or
They
Exactly.
should.
Uh-huh.
And this is something that drove me crazy. Like once again, with when the first Avengers movie came out, kicking ass, taking names.
Yep.
And where were they to like promote these books? And also like on the comic side, Marvel had a great opportunity. And I found out what happened in my life at that point in time at the shop that I went to. What happened at that shop was not an exclusive thing. What happened at my shop was apparently going on at every shop. You actually had people going to comic shops saying, I want Avengers comics. But then they see all these comics. There's Avengers, New Avengers, Avengers World, Avengers Arena, all new, all different Avengers. When you're a normie and you're trying to get to a medium, you're not going to want to invest in 6 books right away. They should just release one book called The Avengers. They could have kept it with the movie lineup, and people could have checked it. If they liked it, come back for number 2, and they could slowly expand from there on out. But no, they had 800 books going on. Obviously, that's figurative.
Yeah,
And it's overwhelming. It turns off readers. Even 20th Century Fox messed that up with Logan when it came on 2017. Now, I'm going to have an unpopular opinion. I'm not wild on the movie, but that's not relevant. What's relevant is I remember a guy come into her shop right when that Logan movie came out, and he really liked it. And he goes, yeah, I like some Wolverine comics. So like, oh, well, which one? And then the guy looked
the Wolverine that died, the Wolverine that
died, or the one who's currently alive. And right away, I knew what was going on in that guy's head. I'm thinking by myself, like, oh no. See, like they have opportunities where they can actually get this, and they don't. They just drop the ball on it completely. And at least I remember when I saw posters for The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's flick. They actually acknowledge and thank DC Comics, like the actual comic book division. And he actually, I know he's actually recommending books too, and he's actually going to shops. We need more of that in the world. Like we need more guys who are actually going to be open about supporting the shops. Even Henry Cavill has been open about going to comic shops as well, and we don't have enough of that.
There's Starlight.
Take
a look at Starlight. That was a very interesting comic.
Yeah. Well, Nick,
I remember this book.
Nick, to your point, I guess I'd be a normie. You hit a nail on the head. My brain is very linear. I need one option. If I get 6 different options when I don't even know the first step, I get confused and I just give up.
And I don't blame you, man.
You have limited time. See, I'm not one that reads a lot for pleasure anyway. I like a lot of the art. If it hooks me, it'll hook me. But when I got to sit here, I had the same problem with the multiverses. My brain only goes in one direction, and you do get overwhelmed. Everything you said, I think, spot on with that.
Yeah, thank you. No, here's what was interestingly the contrast of what was going on at the first Avengers movie. So The Walking Dead was obviously a very popular show, and regardless of how you feel about the show, here's what was going on with The Walking Dead. That comic book was selling. You know why? They had one comic book called The Walking Dead. One book, and it was not only selling on a monthly. If there are people who were coming in late, what trade could I stuff? What issues of the monthly can I start at? And even Robert Kirkman would occasionally do issues where they would be like 25 cents to get people to come in and try it out. So Kirkman played it smart, gave incentives, whether it was the quarter issue that was literally worth a quarter, or here's a jumping on point, whether you're buying through singles or you're buying for the trade. He had points, or if you don't want to go back, here's where you could start. He made it accessible, and he stuck it as one book. Unlike the company AMC, who want to milk his property for what it was worth.
Well, there's a lawsuit going on now between them still.
Yeah. He at least saw, okay, I have a good thing going on. I need to make this work, and it worked. And dude, I've talked to I guess you could say more normie-ish type of people as far as comic books, and so many of them who are at least interested in the medium but have not gone deep. They have a Walking Dead trade, at least one or two, and they liked what they said. They were able to follow it and understand it.
Well, I think like we mentioned the network also right there. The first they were like more like the comics. They had unlimited characters, and then all of a sudden you had to start following 20 characters that may not have gotten screen time, and then guess what? You had Fear of the Walking Dead, and then all these other offshoots, and that I quit watching the show too. Same thing like we talked about with comics. You give too many different options, too many things that people have to watch. You eventually saturate the market or overwhelm the audience.
Well, I've read most of The Walking Dead, and they did follow the comics pretty well. I mean, there were a lot of changes, but the
changes,
general arc were close. It resembled the show enough, but then actually, as a reader of the comic, I kind of like that they did change up, some things once in a while.
But I think as they went on, there were more differences. I mean, like when you get to season 10 and things like that.
Well, I mean, the book has ended for a few years now too, so the show is still going. So I stopped watching the show, even though I knew it was happening. Spoiler alert! When Glenn gets his head bashed in by Negan, but my dad was sick at the time, and I was just depressed overall. Anyway, I'm like, why am I watching? Because I reading the book was one thing, but then seeing it on screen, I was kind of hoping they would. When they did the Glenn, where Glenn was under the dumpster, and you thought he was zombie food, and then he survived miraculously, which was ridiculous. But I'm like, oh, maybe they won't kill Glenn. Maybe Negan will kill some other people, but not Glenn, and they'll change it up a little bit. But I just after that, not that I'm any kind of oh, I can't believe the violence, or but it was just the show was just too depressing, and you're on edge watching it. So I stopped watching after that. I just couldn't. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't not saying it was bad or not well done, or but
a lot of fans got sour on the show after that. It was a good character that they liked, and it did mark a big difference, in the show.
Even though you knew it was, if you read the books, you knew what was happening. You knew, the turn that Negan would eventually be, redeemed, and they had the time jump. And they had that happen in the comics. So you're reading the comics, so there's like a few, I forget what it was, like a few year time jump, and like what's going on here. But it was well done, and Kirkman had the guts to end the book too. I think at 192 or whatever number he ended, and they solicited some other fake books to fake people out, so people didn't know that it was the end of the series. So I remember I was traveling. My kids were playing sports somewhere. I think we were in Annapolis actually, and there's a comic book shop I always go into, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm like, why is this Walking Dead so what's going on here?" He's like, "Oh, it's the last issue, surprise, which was a pretty well hidden surprise. It was pretty well done that was the last.
It was
issue.
like it ended all of a sudden. It was very little notice.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
But you know what? Give him credit too for ending it, though. Sometimes some series need to just end. I mean, how long can you truly go with some things? I know the missus watches a lot of Asian shows and stuff, and they're generally one season. You might get a second season, but the runs are for a lot shorter period of time, and it's maybe sometimes some of our TV shows over here just go way too long. When you just sit here and look at something like The Simpsons, as much as I loved it in the early days, it's still on TV.
It's still on TV, yeah, right,
Wow. So.
Well, here's Old Man Logan, right? And this is a great book too. I love this, but I can see, as Nick was saying, how
get off my yard, Logan.
How confusing would that be to read about this version of Wolverine? And it's this is something that really is not graphic. Subject matter is kind of gruesome in some ways of what happens in this book. So, but just really well done. And that's the fun thing when they can do like this dystopian, future, the Days of Future Past story arc, as they're saying here. But of course, then they have to bring that that Wolverine, of course, ends up in the 616 universe. They killed off Wolverine. Now he's back again, and then they had his daughter was called Wolverine now, I guess, or X-31 is Wolverine, but they're calling her Wolverine instead of X-31, and she's wearing the costume, and then this character came into the 616 universe. So, as much as I think this is a great comic, but they should have just left it alone. Of course, Hawkeye is blind now as an archer. But that's if you haven't read that, that's a good one. You like
Starlight.
this book? You like this book, Clever and
Yeah,
Times?
Starlight is basically this guy. He is sort of is similar in a think of, if you will, to compare it to something. You know how Miller's Dark Knight Returns is Batman, older, coming back in his career.
Yeah.
This is basically, for lack of a better, that's the best connection, or the best comparison is think Flash Gordon, who had all those exploits on Mongo, and then goes back to Earth, and everybody knows about it. They find out about him, and he's famous on Earth, and lives there until he gets older and has family and kids and all that stuff, and ends up having to go back. And somebody, almost a generation later, comes back to get his help to try to to get back. And that's it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. And it took forever to come out. I seem to remember getting the last issues. Now it's one of those books that took. I assumed he finished it. It's been many years now since I've read it. And I wonder if Huck is going to be on this list.
Yep. Let's say goodnight to Badass there. Thanks, Badass. Hope you have a great week. Yep.
Take care, Pat.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Yep.
So yeah, it was a very interesting idea.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah. And he saves the day. Yep.
Yep.
Interesting. Yep.
Huck is on there. There you go. I liked Huck too. This is weird.
You like that?
You notice the back of his. He's got the number 78 on his jacket.
Okay.
He's a very. What movie came out in 1978?
Well, Star Wars was 77. 78 was Superman. Right?
Yes, he loves
Superman,
the Superman film. This guy is basically. He's sort of like I don't mean autistic in a bad way, like an autistic Superman. He's kind of this guy I'm not going to spoiler it, but basically he's in this. I think this is a black and white book too. He has Superman type powers, but he's not. He's kind of childlike.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it at that. But he worked at like a gas station in a Smallville type place, and it was like he has a 78 on his. But anyway, it's we can read a little about it right there if you want.
Yeah, Miller wrote Huck as a therapeutic response to Zack Snyder's self-serious 2013
exactly
Man of
Steel,
a film that climaxes Snoop snapping the vertebrae of a foe's General Zod, whereas the movie literally sucked the color from superheroes fiction's most salient icon. Huck swims in Midwestern sunsets and optimism through its depiction of his titular hero, a simple agrarian farm boy with astronomical powers and a clear analog of Big Red. The plot revels in the emotional, touching psychology of Huck. He's egoless, delighted to rescue cats. Where does that come from? Rescue lost family members if they were no option not to. Yeah, it's
good comic.
So you're agreeing with this list so far? It sounds
yes,
like.
I like this comic. I wonder if he's got Superior on there. Probably not, but Superior was interesting though. Yep. I didn't read this one.
American Jesus.
They're probably going to put Red Sun at number 1, although his Authority was really good, but disturbing. They'll probably put Kick-Ass at number 1.
There you go, your favorite Ultimates.
Ugh, to hell with that.
Now I got to say, as as a traditional comic fan, that the movie Ultimates was really cool. The cartoon. That did have some good stuff in it.
It's disgusting, but I'll give them credit. They made it a separate line and didn't do this to their whereas the Screw 52 did this to the DC characters. At least they allowed you to make this a different universe.
Yeah, it was a separate universe, and you must have seen the Ultimates movie, right?
No, I'm not going to watch that. Why would I watch that crap? I hate Ultimates.
I was just wondering if you watched it. But the movie I thought was actually, and it was, plus I remember watching with my kids too. So although I didn't like some of the changes to the characters, they loved the movie, and the opening, the Cap stuff is phenomenal.
I'm sure it's more tame than the comic.
Yeah, and the World War II opening with Cap is just amazing. There's an airstrike, and he parachutes out. There's an invasion, and the uniform kind of makes. That's of course where we got the Cap uniform. That iteration with the more semi-realistic helmet, and the comic book kind of the movie kind of went more towards the comics in the end. But that kind of did make kind of sense, for that initial uniform.
I knew Red Sun would be number 1.
That's a good book too.
It's a good comic. I hear the movie's terrible.
The movie is not
The-
good.
The animated was
Yeah,
awful.
it's not great. Yeah.
The
It's an
animation
Elseworlds.
hurts it alone.
Oh, really? Wow, it's an Elseworld, so I can see. It's.
I don't
you know,
like it at all. The animation. It looks more like in common what they've done in later year of DC animation, and that style I could just never get used to. It kind of like it felt like they were trying to like Americanize anime or something, but with the DC like look to it.
Right.
And I cannot get
Did
with
it-
what they were
Did it look
doing.
sort of like that terrible Superman Man of Tomorrow animated show movie they did also? Was it like that?
I see. I did see Man of Tomorrow.
He looked like I mean, talk about making Superman look like a non-man. If you would see what I'm saying.
Of course. What a shock! Imagine the shock on my face right now. I know you can envision it. It's wow. You don't say. Oh, of course.
Wow, they're talking some big time inking talk going on between Hunger Boy and Steve Mitchum. I love Gray Morrow.
Yep. And Pleasant Valley, I'm with you. Yeah, it was my dad was sick. That was just just not in your wheelhouse at that time for not a good choice of words, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was just I needed something uplifting or not something depressing with which was happening. It's just that's the show too. It's not not anything against the creators, but this comic, this Red Sun was this was interesting. I mean, great idea, right? What if he'd landed the Soviet, the Ukraine, right?
Not his idea. He didn't come up with it though.
Didn't come up with it?
I mean, he kind of stole it from something, put it like that. But
Okay.
yes, agreed. Maddie's daddy, the characters in Ultimate Avengers are completely unlike Abel. That's for sure. They're evil, in fact.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, Thor. I can't stand
the
Thor
comic.
in that. Yeah, the comic. Yeah, Thor.
What they did with Hank Pym, dude.
Yeah. So, but the movie's not is tone. If I'm remembering correctly, like you said, the movies toned down. Of course, one of my favorite animated shows was I had to do a watch party. I keep saying I'm doing all these watch parties, never enough time. But the Young Avengers, I think was the name of it. But it was the an animated with all the sons of the of heroes, and Ultron takes over the world. It's like an Elseworld story. Really cool and like really scary in some parts. And Bruce Banner comes back, and again it was like it was Next Avengers. Next Avengers.
That's
and again, I part of it I think is just watching it with the kids too. It's one of those things where my kids really liked it, so we'd watch. You watch it. Here's the character designs for that one, and you watch it over and over and over.
Right.
And the kids really like it because then they imagine themselves as like the young Captain America. So have you seen that one, Nick Weiser, or Clobbering Times? Have you seen this next?
One I've not. No, I looked at it. I'm like, this doesn't look like something I'd want to watch, so I kind of held off on it.
Well, I recommend it. Don't blame me if you don't like it. Oh, it's really good. It's I haven't watched in a few years, but with my kids, like of course I wanted to get them watching anything Marvel. So when something came out, you'd buy it.
Oh, you got young kids, Nick. They might like it.
Well, see, what I showed my kids like the Fantastic Four, I showed them like the '90s cartoon, and Cobb, you and I had this conversation. They don't like the Torch, but they like Ben Grimm. So
awesome.
They like Ben Grimm. So go figure. In my life.
They'll love Johnny eventually, but Johnny's
one day. But
Johnny's,
for now, it's all about Ben Grimm.
Johnny's mean to Ben, so
yes, and they're not happy with that. They're not happy with that. So they just see him as a hothead. So yeah, they like Ben.
That's right. You're a big Johnny fan. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, Johnny's my guy, man. So that's one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time is Johnny Storm. I've had them watch those episodes with me, and they really enjoy it. For me, it's just like if I'm gonna put something on, I want to at least show them what's representative of the brand, and especially that second season, very representative. We've watched all the episodes together, so they at least know who some of these characters are. And when I put on Spider-Man, I did a Spectacular Spider-Man for them. we've not watched the X-Men, but we've watched Spectacular Spider-Man and we've watched the Fantastic Four. I think those are 2 cartoons. I'm like, you know what? These are good representations of these characters where I could be like, okay, you have the idea now. If you like it, great. If not, you know, you can find a version that's not as well Spidey or F4. But no, that Spidey one they thought was pretty good. But they, like I said, the Fantastic Four one, especially all the cool like villains, all the space
They
stuff,
like that?
they really thought that was cool. They like seeing all the space stuff, so that was cool for them. Of course, like when we saw the Inhumans, they were going gaga about Lockjaw, and of course, because of course they were,
Well, everyone
and
knows Lockjaw.
of course,
Lockjaw's the best. Yeah.
yeah, no, Lockjaw's great.
Just don't catch it.
Showing the Daredevil episode, and I had to, make the connection. Well, that's the same guy. Remember the guy who was the lawyer in No Way Home? And like, yeah, I remember. I'm like, yeah, same guy. Like,
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're picking up on those little connections because I'm connecting the dots for them, and they're listening, which is nice. So even if they're not fully invested, they're at least paying attention. I feel like that is always definitely the most important part.
So how old are your kids? About are they under 10?
One is 7, and the other's gonna be 9 in a few months.
Okay, yep. So old enough to watch this stuff, enjoy it, and remember it. Yeah. So that's a lot of fun.
It's nice.
Yeah, because you get that. I always give movies an extra point, even if it doesn't follow exactly. That's why I was surprised that I liked that Avengers Next. Because it's usually I don't like that stuff where they make the younger heroes, but it's set where in the future Ultron has actually won, so it kind of makes sense in that universe, and it's kind of some parts are kind of scary actually too. So but I recommend it. But I gotta do a watch party of that one too. I got a list of watch party movies. We got to watch Trilogy of Terror with Dad Man, right?
Oh boy,
got to do that one.
Absolutely, but
enjoy, guys.
There's even something bigger than that, Mark. Remember?
What's that? I'm forgetting now.
Oh, Princess Bride.
Oh, that we got to do too. Yeah. We got to do Princess Bride.
Movie.
Yeah, because Raquel's never seen that one either.
Wow.
What?
She's never seen Princess Bride.
Raw.
And you know what you say to that when you've never seen Princess Bride.
Inconceivable. You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Right?
Hey, one day.
And he was in Deep Space Nine this week on the show that Clobbering Times. Yeah, what was it? Negus? When you reviewed that? Yep.
The Negus.
Yep. So I kept hearing his voice in there.
Inconceivable. Pop Metallica. Hello, Pop. Pop's Metallicus.
Pope Metallicus. Hey.
Pope. Okay.
Welcome.
See
Pope. Yep.
My
Hail
bad.
to the Pope.
I can't see that well.
That's a small letters. Yep.
Metallica. No, it's just me being blind and an idiot. Good to see you there, sir. Welcome. Have you seen Pope Metallicus here before?
I've seen Pope a couple of times, and Nick knows Pope from excuse me.
Excellent.
From streaming music stuff together. Yep, very cool guy. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And I'm a big heavy metal fan too, although I'm not into the heavier heavy metal, but I'm more of a old school Black Sabbath, I guess, or odd labels, but
no, it's all good, man.
It's all good, yeah.
It's all good. Now, speaking of what's it called? Not Black Sabbath, but Motorhead. I had a bunch of people link me to a Killer and Lemmy figure coming out, and I'm like, I have to buy it. This figure. It's like this nice $60 figure. I'm just like, I have to have it. I have to
$60, outrageous. It's because don't you have a smaller one that we're showing on your? You showed on your channel.
Oh yeah, I had that like old school looking one.
Yeah, like the 3, 4-inch figure or 3, whatever.
Yeah,
scale. Yeah.
No,
but dude, this is This is
much. Dude, it's on my Gilded. Someone linked it to me on Gilded.
I'll have to check it out. Yep.
We have a visitor. The great Maddie's daddy.
A strange visitor from another planet.
Oh, you've got an echo
Powers and
too.
abilities far beyond other.
No, well, I'm sorry about the echo. I don't know why that's
No,
happening.
it sounds cool. It sounds cool.
Echo.
Not a big echo, but just a small echo. Yeah, it sounds like a special effect you got going. Very cool.
Thor has arrived.
Well, I just wanted. I'm actually on my cell phone tonight because I don't have Twitter on my computer. I only have it on the cell phone, and I don't even remember what the password was. So,
I can send it to you on the messenger if you need it.
Well, I will probably not be. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're not going to hang too long, I guess, right? Yep.
No, not too long. But I wanted to. The awesome hungry boy, the philosopher artist, and I were having a discussion brought up by the discussion about the ultimates and how the characters are what was referred to as unsympathetic. You don't really care. You don't really care what happens to them because they're just not the kind of. And then I wanted to bring up a point, and I brought it up with in the chat that it's not, as Walt Disney said, story. It's mostly character. Actually, is if you look at a lot of great movies, and we were talking about the Jungle Book. The story to the Jungle Book is let's take the kid back to his people. Boom, that's the story.
Yeah.
But it's hey man, you can hang out here with me, kid. I can't do a Phil Harris impression, but or I want to be like you. It's the characters. It's Kaa and it's Shere Khan, and it's those characters that get you engaged in the story. Casablanca, another great, simple, very simple story,
right?
Yeah, you can just sum it up in one sentence. Doesn't even take a paragraph. Or you guys were talking about one of my probably my second favorite movie after that, The Princess Bride, which is inconceivable. Again, pretty simple story, but they spend more time on the character development. Never going against a Sicilian when death is on the line. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Thank you, Clobby. Marriage. Marriage is what it's the characters that draw you in. Why are you wearing a mask? You were scarred by acid or something? No, they're just terribly comfortable. I think we'll all be wearing them in the future. And this is what not only the Ultimates fell down on, but a lot of modern comics writing is that the characters are just so not even unlikable because they don't even get you to the point where you are invested enough to dislike the characters. So my personal belief is, and I kind of fall where most of you guys do on Stan Lee. I think he was pretty much an opportunist. But I think he did add some stuff, and a lot of the early writers, him included, you could clearly tell that he read a lot of Shakespeare. You can tell that John Byrne read a lot of Shakespeare. Puck is not a hockey puck. In the Canadian group, somebody help me out here. Vindicator
Alpha
Sasquatch,
Flight.
Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight.
Yeah, Puck is not a hockey puck. He's Robin Goodfellow from A Midsummer Night's Dream. And that's the difference, I think, between the modern comic writers is I think they just grew up reading comic books.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, they don't know Dickens or Chaucer, or that's probably a bad choice, but I'm trying to think of some great authors. Twain, that the old guys do, and so they just try and come up with, what kind of powers can we give somebody?
Steve, by the way, when you say that, you could say that you could cut the ends off of there just so they don't know Dick.
Oh, guys, Nick Weiser has to head out, so but we
I didn't mean to scare you away, dude.
No, you didn't scare Nick away, but I got to play
you
my.
didn't.
You didn't scare, but I got to play my Nick clip here from the Sure Thing. So
yes,
yeah. Here we go. Here I guess.
Not gonna name the kid Elliot. Gotta give him a real name. Give him a name. Like Nick.
Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Nick's a real name. Nick's your buddy. Nick's the kind of guy you can trust. Kind of guy you can drink a beer with. Kind of guy who doesn't mind if you puke in his car. Nick.
God.
Oh, vomit. I'm sorry.
No, Mark. Hey, thanks for having me on, dude. Oh, nice to see you again. And make sure you win some money this week. Again, just
I gotta see if we have the game.
We're square.
We're square,
deal.
right?
Just win
Yeah.
some money.
Yeah, don't
Hey,
lose, right?
I'll see you later this week, and I'm sure I'll see you many times between Midnight's Edge, After Dark, and whatever chats we catch each other in. And Steve, Dadman, pleasure to see you gentlemen again. And to the chat, Hungry Boy, Dave, Captain Pop Culture. Oh no, that's Pop again. I see you all. You have a great night. I got places I gotta run to, but I'll see you all.
Have a great week, Nick. Yep.
Have fun doing airplane, dude.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care, man.
Thank you, Nick. Take care, buddy.
Nick. Yep.
Good seeing you or hearing you.
So let me put Nick's. I'm sure everyone here is subbed to Nick, but let me put his. Put his channel in.
I don't get notifications on any of my. I have the bell icon turned on. I've got it enabled on my phone, but the only ones that I regularly, and I feel bad because I think people think I'm just ignoring them. But the only ones that I'm here for are the ones that I know, like Klobby makes his, what's what I'm looking for? Double letters, Star Trek Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday Night Trek, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Monday, Wild Card Wednesday, and then of course, this one because this is one of my favorite streams because I just love the stream of consciousness approach that you take.
Just to hang out, yep.
Well, I also like a lot of we've talked about everything from movies to collectibles to sometimes sports ball, which I don't really contribute to very much.
A lot of food. You forgot the food.
Oh, but I wasn't supposed to talk about the bacon wrap meatballs at the very end of the show because Clobbering Time said he would leave if I did that.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
I had some really good stuffed shrimp tonight, which Clobby wouldn't eat. The sea bugs. You might eat the stuffing part. You might eat the stuffing part, though, right?
Maybe.
The breading. The breading's always good. But it has little bits of the shrimp in there, but you can't really tell. It's more like the breading. But I love that breading stuff. Fills you right up. And then Hungry Boy says, "Did I get my first bots? Let's see. Oh, you did. Yeah. Congrats, Hungry Boy. Yep. You got your first bots. You earned your first. You earned your first kill.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to hang out. I'm not going to hang out too long here. But I did want to mention that because Klobby, and you guys were talking about the Ultimates, and I saw the Ultimate Avengers, and there's nothing ultimate about them. The characters are completely unsympathetic. So
they were nasty character. Yeah, Thor was
nasty. They were all
jerk. Yeah.
Not even just nasty, but in a very
not redeeming. Yeah.
No, not even that. I mean, these things are all true. But you can make a character like that you'll still turn the pages for, like Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah.
You can be a bad guy and still have charisma. In certain writers' hands, Dr. Doom, even the Red Skull had a certain amount of charisma, but in the Ultimates and a lot of the stuff that's written today, there's nothing to make me even hate them. Not enough to make me invest in it enough to hate them. And that's the inspiring apathy is the worst thing a writer can do, or an artist, I would say as well. So. That was my 2 cents, and I mainly just chimed in to impress Hungry Boy because, man, that guy is so smart. Holy crap!
Yes, he does. He does make me feel really even dumber than I usually am, even dumber than I am, and that's bad.
Well, he seems to have an inflated idea of my knowledge and ability in the arts. Part of me says I should have nipped that in the book. Nip it. You read any book you want on art. Yes.
Pop Culture Republic says, Night All, just stop by to listen to some and hit the like button. I always appreciate that when everyone stops by. And even if it's for a few minutes, hit the like button twice. Yep. But really appreciate that.
Man, I'm driving
away.
away.
Great week.
I'm driving away in droves here, aren't I?
Well, he's going to listen some. He's going to listen some, but he's probably going to gonna lurk mode for a little bit, but we know always appreciate that. And as Dadman says, if we can put someone to sleep, we're doing our job, right, Dadman?
Exactly. Yeah, we're making them nice and relaxed in the dream world.
I would say that Dadman is the opposite of what I've been talking about, because Dadman has not talked nearly as much as anybody else, but man, he's just so instantly likable.
Oh,
you know.
Thank you.
You have charisma, and you don't have to work at it. So,
sorry, hungry boy.
Yeah.
Well, my wife always tells me that I'm funnier when I don't try to be. So, hey, thank you.
Well, that's
something a wife would say.
Yeah, it's like when I try it, it works. So
that's wife speak if I ever heard it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely a thing called trying too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That happens. Yeah, that can happen. Like here, what? All right, sorry, Dadman. That's we're saying nice things about you. Got to play this clip.
Sorry, hungry boy.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez. I'll never lose that clip down.
I'll never get enough of that clip. I'm sorry, hungry boy. I just love
it. And you jump in the game, and you jump in real life.
Yeah, I jumped in the chair. I remember that moment.
Mrs. like, what's going on in there?
Yeah,
and then she was laughing. Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
I'm sorry, hungry boy. It's just a habit.
Yeah. I agree, hungry boy. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, if hungry boy is calling himself a dumb piece of crap, what does that make us? Amoebas?
No, he's saying cut out the dumb crap. Yeah.
About himself. Oh, well, Clobby about. Yeah. Clobby's just. Clobby doesn't realize. Clobby's like the hot chick that doesn't know she's hot. Clobby doesn't know how much everybody loves him, but.
Oh, well, it's too kind. You're all too kind. Look, it's my self-loathing that gets in the way, and I'm sorry.
Which is completely undeserved. Undeserved. I mean,
I appreciate that, but it's just something I've had all my life. Probably always will. What can I do?
I suppose, but I'm glad you're on this planet. I mean,
I'm glad you too, man. We've been good friends for a long time, bro.
Not just that, but I mean, like I know that I can count on Claude, and not only me. Like if I've often told people, I got this friend in Baton Rouge, and if you called him and said, "Hey, I'm a friend of Steve's, and I'm in New Orleans in a downpour with a flat tire," Clobby would be on his way with an umbrella and a tire iron.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's just kind of guy you are, Clobby, and there are very few people like that in the world. So,
And if she's a hot redhead, I'd be there even quicker. Just saying.
Well, if it was Arwen, we'd all be there. So
I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to be a redhead. It could be a hot blonde, hot brunette. I'm not.
Well, do I count?
What if it's someone that look like the Thing? Yep.
Well, yeah, that of course, because that's a kindred spirit, a kindred rock person.
And Captain Time Lord Spock says, "My ex-wife tells me I'm funny when I'm not there."
Oh wow, there you go.
Right?
Oh I hear you there, buddy.
Yeah. God, this action figure is pretty awesome. I got to say, Nick looks pretty good there.
That's Nick.
That's Nick. Yeah.
Who made
pretty
it?
much. That's a crowd-funded. I'll put the link in. It's Lemmy from Motorhead, and I guess it's Super 7.
Looks like Nick to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Nick's got to get that one.
Dude's been doing some pull-ups.
Yeah.
Nick's in shape now. Eh?
Nick's in good shape.
Yeah.
So it's shipping 25 days left to order. So I'm sure Nick is, when you see something like this, and he's a big Lemmy fan and looks like Lemmy, so it's like, sorry, dear, I had to order it. I didn't have a choice. But it's a really well done figure. $60 is not bad if it looks like this. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. For a limited, a smaller run. I'm not liking the legs as much, but it looks pretty. Could have a few more joints there, but that head sculpt is pretty damn good. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And
that's
Motorhead
funny.
booze. Motorhead booze. Yeah. So
that's a trip.
Where's the one where they did with the smoke? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. Doesn't look bad. Yep. Doesn't look bad. Yep.
Wow, that's a trip. Does he play an instrument?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick or let me play guitar, but I don't know. If,
right.
Yeah, obviously, but I don't know if Nick.
Oh, I thought that. I'm looking at my cell phone, so the picture was kind of small. I thought that was I thought that was actually Nick.
Well, that's the joke because it could be Nick.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
I think we got some friendly fire. I think Pleasant Valley Picker got caught in the crossfire. I think, but let's see if we can. I think. Just a message got deleted. I guess. Yep. No. Oh, that's okay. Just the message got deleted. He didn't get blocked. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you get timed out, or you click by accident on the. Sometimes what happens is the chat scrolls. Remember when I got banned from your channel for a while, clobbering times?
Oh yeah.
Because a mod does it. Can hit it by accident or whatever. So I had to email you the instructions to reinstate.
Well, I did that on Ang's channel once when the phone fell off my lap. I hit something. Next thing I knew, I banned somebody from the channel. That easily, and I didn't even have the phone in my hand.
Ang's like, well, but wait, that's my biggest supporter. They always give me super chats. What's going on?
I was very apologetic that night, so she got to throw me under the.
It happens, hungry boy. Don't worry about it. Dude.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. No, at least you didn't block him. Yeah.
The reason that Mark D is now Mark D with a C is because I think I blocked him or banned him or something for Claudia's channel because I was going to the gym one night and I put the phone in my pocket.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, that was me. I think that was me.
Probably. Right?
Yeah, I think it's been a couple of years now, but
but it used to be just Mark D, and then one night I'm guessing it was probably me, but I made up for it by being your first subscriber, of which
I did. Yep.
I will play that card for years.
There we go. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Everybody who's with a wrench has done that one time or another. Everyone they've all said it. So yeah.
Well, Steve. Steve. You know how the first time I came across Mark D with a C. He was.
No, I did not.
It was on a Battlestar Galactica stream, and they noticed my avatar and made a big deal about the Tiki doll. And Mark's like, Trilogy of Terror, and I'm sitting there like, there is somebody that knows this.
Well, remember the first time I saw you, I saw that same thing, and unfortunately, you brought back that painful memory of Trilogy of Terror, something I wanted to forget forever.
Scary shit. Yeah.
Well,
scary stuff.
Lock your ovens.
When I started on Clavi's stream, man, it must be a year and a half, I guess now.
I've been on for 2 years now, dude. Over 2 years.
Oh, yeah. So no, I was I missed one of your Star Trek. I think I came in on your second or third Star Trek Saturday night. So it was longer than, so I guess longer than I thought. And I immediately clicked or digitally clicked with both Mark C. Let's see.
Mark C.
Yeah, because Mark with a Mark C, but he spelled it with a K though. Mark with a K C. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I really have to think about this And at first I got you guys confused and I forgot who I was, chatting with, but it doesn't matter because, we kind of all agreed on the same stuff. But Mark and I used to talk about ganging up on Clavi about John Burns' writing.
John who?
Exactly. Because we both like the fact that Superman isn't more powerful than God. But that's a topic for another.
That had nothing to do with all the other lousy shit he did. That was depowering. Has nothing to do with my main complaints about his shitty writing.
Oh, okay. So anyway, but I used to get you guys confused, and then
because I had the different I obviously had a different icon, but whenever I talk to someone, I was always like, you always say Mark with the C, like if whenever they ask to spell your name, so I would always say that to people Mark with the C. So it was like a running joke with friends that always I have a bunch of friends that are called Mark with a K. I'd be like, you spelled your name wrong. I do have a couple of friends Mark that spell it right, but it's just like a running joke. So
Mark. So are you Mark? Is it Marcus?
No, it's just Mark. Just Mark.
Oh, wow, okay.
So of course my uncle would call me Marcus, God rest his soul. But he would say, Marcus, get over here, So sometimes people call me Marcus once in a while, but it's Mark. But
go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So there's also that Starbucks, which was remember that Mark with a C, and then the guy wrote Kark. I don't know if I could find that one. I'll show it again, but
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just so then also, of course, then Mark C was on your, you'd stream with him and your good buddy Clobby. Unfortunately, that's the show is, everyone knows is named after him on Monday night. So I always felt, kind of like, oh crud, our names are so close. But I'm like, hey, I'm bad with coming up with names. So when I was doing YouTube, I'm like, oh, Mark with a C, that's that's easy, right? And then when I guess it was Steve that bumped me, I did Mark D with the C. And but I was still I thought like changing my name would help. Like Hungry Boy changes his name, he's make some snazzy merch art soon tonight. But that still didn't work. So I had to I think I was on the phone with you, like on the WhatsApp or whatever or Messenger, like talking you through how to like delete myself from the community because like how do I take it out? But that was funny because for a while, the first time it happened, I kept chatting. I'm like, everyone here, and it was kind of early on when I'd met you guys, and I'm like, everyone's super friendly here. How come no one's answering? Like not even acknowledging me. This is kind of weird. So I was doing it for like 15. I was new to the group too, so like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, this is damn peculiar.
Did I say something?
Yeah. You were quoting Rathacon when you said that.
Yes, I couldn't resist. And I'm like, what's happening? And I think then Eric K got mad. He's like, who banned Mark, he got all mad, and then we're trying to figure it out. And so, no harm, in the end, no harm, no foul, but it was pretty fun. At first I was like, oh God, did I say something wrong? Did I do, I didn't know you guys that well back then, obviously. So I was like, what, oh shit, what did I do? And they're like, and you were like, no, there's no way we would ban you from the channel. So, but yeah.
What if I said Vince Coletta was the greatest anchor ever?
That wouldn't ban you for that. we don't ban insane people. I mean, you can't help it if you're insane.
Hungry Boy put something about that in the chat, so I just thought I would play off of that.
Any more than if you put like Mike Allred's the greatest comic book artist of all time, Hungry Boy wouldn't even ban you for that.
I don't even know who that is.
Hungry Boy's not a fan.
He knows his stuff. Hey, Kogi Pan.
Sorry, I had to throw in a con clip there, but
Hungry Boy knows his stuff.
Well, of course he does. Oh yeah.
Hail Kogi.
Yeah. No disputing that.
Yeah. So
Kogi.
Yep.
He does indeed, sir.
Well, gentlemen, it is 9:00, and I'm going to, at the stroke of 9, I turn into an a-hole. So no, I'm going to go. I'm going to go climb into bed and look at my. I mean, I don't want to brag, but the prettiest girl in Vegas is staying in my house tonight. So
awesome,
nice.
Yep. Definitely the prettiest under 5 years old.
So Steve, Steve hasn't been feeling well. He had a week.
Surely that.
Hello?
So, yeah, I was playing the con clip. You can't see, but sorry, Steve, you're on your phone. But
that's right. He was playing.
Yeah, I played the con clip. We bought a shore leave. We bought a shore leave. From Wrath of Khan. You remember that clip?
I do not.
Played that clip.
Yeah, play it again. Here, listen.
Well, I had a wee bow, son, but Dr. McCoy pulled me through.
That one. Right.
Surely
right.
that.
Yeah.
We battled one.
Yeah.
Surely that.
I have to look at the phone because a little thing pops up and tells me tap for sound, and then I can hear it and see it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But the short clips are coming.
Yeah, it goes so fast that you can't. Yeah. But I think that was referenced in James. Didn't he have a heart attack in real life? I think in between the movies. I can't remember. We had something, so that's why they threw that.
It's a Clobby or Phantom question.
I'm trying to remember now.
What?
Didn't Doohan have a heart attack in real life in between the movies?
Wait. I don't know. Did he? At that point, I don't know.
I thought that was the reason that they put that line in there.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
yeah,
he was a overweight older guy.
I don't know. Guess so.
I'd heard that, but that could be one of those things you just hear on the interwebs, and you're not sure if it's true. Oh, here's my clip. Here it is.
This is damn peculiar.
There we go. That's it. Yeah. You have friends. You found true friends when they can quote movies to each other, and they get lines like that, right?
Yep.
Well, that would make Clubby and I like not only movies but even TV shows that didn't do that well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am looking for a man.
I am a particular man.
Yeah, yeah. You have found one.
But that was a TV movie. So
yeah,
it was a movie.
Hulk was the Hulk with
that was
Thor.
With Thor.
With Eric Kramer, also
Right.
played Little John on in Men in Tights. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yes,
stupid Cajun idiot. That don't be fair. Hey man,
Right.
he's as Cajun as I am. Which in our case is 0. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, I am going to.
So Maddie's feeling good now again, or she's back to.
Well, when she coughs, I hear it, but she's just so happy all the time and so full of energy and just smiling.
Right.
She starts laughing she's 2 years old now. She'll start laughing for no reason that I can tell. And even so, I built. I got a trampoline, and it's right here in front of my computer desk.
Like one of those little trampolines, like the.
Yeah, it's like 5.5 feet across or something like that. 5 feet. Yeah, it's for small children. It holds like 100 pounds or something. So you can fit
it's not for the thing or whatever. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, or me. But one night, it was 2 weeks ago, and she woke up vomiting, and I picked her up, and I was like freaking out, and I put her over my, she holds her arms up, and she says, "Come," when she wants me to hold her. And so I picked her up, and she threw up down my back, which was like volcanic. It was so hot, and it's amazing how hot it was. And so I'm walking, and I walk in here, and she goes, "Wow!" And her attitude, like she completely forgot about being sick, and she looked at it and she said, "Maddie jumping?" I said, "Do you want?
Now that you puked everywhere, you can't get any worse, kiddo, right?"
And it was like 2 a.m, and she on a Saturday night, and she was jumping on her trampoline, happy as a clam. Had just thrown up, like probably 2 cups of hot liquid or something. But you just can't keep that kid. And even today, like she was happy all day. We were playing, having the best time. And then she coughed, and when she coughed, I could hear that her lungs are full of crap. Because it's that rough, raspy cough, when you have like a lung infection or something.
Is that what both of you have? You just like coughs, and it's like just stopped up or something, or what?
I'm not sure what it is. I suspect it's hand, foot, and mouth disease.
I'm not sure. I don't know much about that. Welcome, Courtney.
Hail, Courtney.
Hail, Courtney.
How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing?
You decided this needed some class, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, we always need Courtney.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I'm not showing my face because I just woke up.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Very good.
I looked at the time and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I saw that you guys are still streaming. So hello to everybody.
Hey, Courtney.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hello.
Yeah, glad you're here. Yep.
Yeah,
well, look at Steve's face is he's all disappeared on us. Right, your icon is you got no icon. That's okay.
Steve.
Oh, it's because
that's the.
That's
is that Bobby?
Yeah. Here we go. Yep.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay. Hi, Clobby. Hi,
Hey
Mark.
there. Good to see you.
Dead man. I almost called you dead man.
Dead man walking.
Sorry. That's
Well, I was
horrible.
originally supposed to be dead man, but my kid didn't want to call me that.
And
Oh,
hi, Maddie.
Dad man is better. Hi, Courtney. So good to see you.
Are you feeling better?
I'd say I'm about 75% better. I still have more liquid in my sinuses than I've drank all year, and I'm still coughing up some green phlegm.
Ooh.
And we were just talking about. They asked me how Maddie is, and I thought she was perfectly 100% over it. But I heard her because she's so freaking happy all the time. But I heard her cough tonight, and it was a rough, raspy cough. Like her lungs are still full of stuff. But she's just not a complainer, I'm so lucky to have this kid, She's just so happy.
Happy babies. Yes, you're very, very lucky, especially because it's a girl. Girls are tougher than boys.
Wait till she's 13.
I was just telling them the story that Saturday night a week ago, she woke up at 2 a.m. vomiting, and I picked her up, and she threw up down my back, and it was like lava. It's surprising how hot it was. And so I was walking her around the upstairs, and she saw a trampoline that I put together while she was sleeping, and she said, "Wow!" And she said, "Maddie jumping?" And I said, "Do you want to jumping?" And she goes, "Yeah." And so I put her in. She starts jumping, and like, I think she still had 101 fever or something. 100, probably 100. But she's just happy as a clam.
Well,
and for me to know she's sick, she's got to be like I said, vomiting or something, because she's just so happy all the time. I mean, I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky to have this kid.
And I hope she's okay. And I'm glad you guys are at least, you're on the up and up and whatnot, because I've been thinking about you guys. So just letting you know.
Oh,
and I just want to say hi to the chat. I didn't want to take everything over, but I'm here now.
No, it's all good. All good.
Well, you can actually take over. You can take over. We'll tag team because I am going to go check on my little girl and then
head to bed. Yep. Well, you did get an awesome, very nice comment here from Hungry Boy. I don't know if you can see it on your phone.
I can see it just now. Darling, well, thank you so much. That's very nice. I don't see myself as darling right now, but
yeah. So Courtney is here, and then he also Hungry Boy also writes, "Thanks for being here, Thor. Delight and inspiration as always." So, gee, God, everyone's getting soft in the chat here.
Hungry Boy is just the fountain of good vibes around here. So
that's why I like him. So.
And Courtney, I agree with him. You do bring a needed different kind of energy to this show, and I'm glad that when you show up.
So, you're here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We all are, Courtney.
And Clobby's just glad because you're a redhead. Clobby and redhead.
I know. Bobby simps for me. It's okay.
I always make the. Oh, somebody accused me of that on Arwen's stream one night.
What,
a woman, and she
that's
said
the
no,
new thing.
And she stood up for me and she said, "No, Steve's a good guy." And I was like, "Oh, that's really nice."
See, I joke around on lots of channels. So I have this list probably of like 40 people now that I simp for. I mean, not money wise, but I go on because I like to compliment people. And then people are like, "Courtney's a simp," and I'm like, "Okay, now I simp for you too." So it's kind of my little joke, but it makes people feel good, Yeah, I know the technical. I don't even know the real definition of what people.
Well, it's
good, but it's negative.
Being nice,
That's what I think.
Yeah, just being nice, right?
Max, let's go.
Howdy, Max.
Max Red says, "All right, Max."
So
hey, Max.
Now he called out Alan Rain. So here we go. Oh, and Matt, we got to do the shorter one. Here we go.
Alamarain, count to 4. Alamarain,
count to 4. Alamarain, then 3 more. Alamarain, if you can see. Alamarain, you'll come with me.
Alamarain, you'll come with me.
The budget
I am going to be singing that all night, and I have never seen it. So
you've never seen that before, Courtney?
You're lucky you've never seen it.
No, it's in my head already.
Thanks a lot.
This is the last appearance of Clobbering Times on my channel.
That's Dadman does make an interesting point. I didn't know that on Twitch. Dadman, that word is considered a pejorative. They got this thing, and if you're even just polite and chivalrous to a woman, you get called a SIMP now. I'm not going to say the word because
you can't say it now.
He says on Twitch you get in trouble saying it.
Yeah, that's what I've been told by Hang and others.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Because I know
Mark. Ridiculous
to me.
Because guys just rib each other with it,
But everything has its own things. YouTube has its things, and Twitch has things.
Well, I know Twitch is different. Okay, but
because we're on Twitch now too. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're on Twitch now, so you can't.
That's all right. Yeah.
But he's not monetized either. So, but it's like YouTube has its own hang-ups on certain things that Twitch lets you get away with.
Yahtzee. Yep.
It's just part of the thing of being flexible everywhere and watching the stuff.
But
all those unwritten rules that nobody tells you about till it's too late.
I didn't even know that was a rule, and I'm sitting here saying the word. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know it either The dad man just said.
I didn't think it was a big deal. Other than it's just all I was saying, because I know there was anything forbidden about it. I was just saying that now, if you're so much as polite to a woman, you get called that by another dude. Like, you just
well, what is wrong, first of all, with
I think
a gentleman thinking a woman's attractive? Like, women are beautiful.
It's just
you know what I mean?
Guys,
and guys are handsome. Like, it happens. Why can't you say that? That's so silly to me.
Well, a lot of it's just guys busting each other's chops, but then there are people who take it to a stupid extreme.
Yeah.
Well, I do know about the. Yeah, I know about the people. Like, I know about some of those.
The only thing I know about Twitch is that it was a dance that Rock Roll sang in Bedrock. Does anybody remember this? There's a place I know where the hipsters go called Bedrock. Twitch.
Oh, I know that song, but I never thought of the Twitch part. That's so funny.
And it got the little needle, the bird that was the record player needle. He got stuck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Twitch.
Hey, Matthew Pounder.
Hail Matthew Pounder.
What's up, buddy?
Hail Matthew.
Us, yep.
Well,
I think I think Twitch was very sensitive to it because of what they were perceived in the public, fairly or unfairly, by some of the streams. So they were trying to break away from that, getting pigeonholed. Can I say pigeonholed anymore? Does that mean to pigeons?
I don't know what you can say anymore, to be honest.
Pigeonholed into like a certain, type of audience that they wanted to move away from. But when some of these ladies had, bazillions of followers, so I guess they didn't want to have that on their channel, I guess. So, but
and I won't say names, but there was a certain one that went on like a game, like a talk show. So I think that was where that kind of went big. But whatever. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
The PC police have taken over. That's what I always say. That happened years ago.
They have. And don't give in to them, because they are never. No. They won't forgive you, and so there's no point in it. Just look them in the eye and tell them,
I like
to
be
where to
positive
go.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
So. Be positive.
Yeah, well, look at Beyonce had to take out the word spaz on her album because it's considered an ableist slur. So people complained. Yep, and so she had the line was like spazzing on a horse. Like, I don't know if I can get in trouble.
I call myself that all the time.
Yeah, so that's considered an ableist slur now. So I'm learning things every day.
Well,
and she had she removed it from the song. Yeah,
I learned from my girlfriend, who is an art professor in California. This was a while back, not like a while, but like over a year ago probably, and nobody has said this, so I'm not going to get you in trouble because we all use the word. It's a very common word, but she said that at her school it's so PC that you can't use the word crazy anymore.
No, you're supposed to use.
Wow.
No, you got to use something else, right? Yeah.
But
imagine all the songs that say I'm crazy for you. Yep. Or, crazy train or
like crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
like that's come on. And I'm not trying to get your channel.
No, we lost.
Just like.
Yep. Oh, we lost Steve.
He had to run.
He had to run. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Take care, Steve. Yeah. Sorry, we're gonna give you an out there. I'm a bad host, but yeah, sorry. But yeah, hope you keep feeling better and as long as Maddie's doing good. Oh, we just joking. We want you doing better too. But yep, all the best. Yep.
You're not a bad host.
No, I'm kidding.
You are a bad host. I want you to believe it.
I love Claude.
Yeah,
because he always says stuff like that. He makes me laugh. Not because he's like insulting you. He's just so funny.
Because I keep playing stuff like this, so it's just killing him. Should I do it? No.
I don't know.
No.
Watch it. No. Come to think of it, I did have something somewhere I needed to be. Now I had an appointment. A private engagement.
Count you for. Is that what we're talking about? Still late.
Yes. Courtney, I published the video for fun on YouTube because I clipped it for Clubby's show and I've been throwing a few of them up on YouTube, just for shits and giggles. It's got 2.4 thousand views right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got to share this, right? I think YouTube cares if I share this. So here's my video has 2.4 thousand, right? Which it's silliness, but look, it says I don't know if I zoom in, but it says my videos don't get that many hits. So it says 2.4K more
Did
than
you do anything
usual.
for your subs?
Than usual.
Yeah.
Did it
This
do
is
anything
what
for
I
your
love.
subs?
I got 2 subs. Yeah, I got 2 new subs. I'm up
2
to
whole subs.
262. Yeah. Excuse me. So Raquel is right. It doesn't do anything for your channel. It's just, just fun, fun. It's just a fun coincidence there.
It can if it goes higher than that, because I have a friend who had a video go viral, and we're talking like I think it has like 4.3 million views.
Oh yeah, something. Yeah, this is. Yeah,
but
something like that must help. Yeah.
This person has 7 or 40,000 something followers, and you like when you watch something on his channel, there's not that many people watching, so it's, you know what I mean. It's kind of funny. It's like, how did you have this many followers?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
But I love it. And before, when it was lower, here it is. Like you've used 2383, typical 10 to 30.
But that's why it says it's that many more. Yeah.
Maybe Alan Moraine is a key word.
I don't know, but maybe I should put Alan Moraine in all my keywords and all my videos. But,
do you know I don't even know how to do that? I need a lesson sometime, guys. I need a true lesson. Not that it's, I don't really obsess about that stuff anyway. But I do want to say that I'm 5 subscribers away from 400.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Excellent.
5 people. That'll only take me another 6 months. I'm just kidding.
Nah,
you'll get it quick. Yeah.
I've only been on YouTube for a little over a year, and I have 31 or 32 videos. So I don't know. It's my theory that kindness and going to other people's chats and supporting people helps.
It does. That's for sure.
Yep.
It does.
Definitely. Yep. Well, here's the video. If anyone wants to watch it,
I want to see it.
More
of
views.
Course.
Well, that was the one I was playing. Yeah, but this is the longer version, so it's
That's
too.
I assumed you had a whole thing. Like
but then they knock you with it's 40 seconds. I don't want to put everyone through that. So
I will.
The pain of that. But here's the link, so you can watch it there. But this was the other shorter clip. So, but so it's what it is Deep Space Nine, and they've got to go through they get sucked into a game, kind of like Jumanji a little bit, and but it's just they had no budget for the special effects. So
it was before that movie, though. Yeah,
it was before the movie, though, right? Yeah. So they had I guess they had all these fancy things they were going to do. And I guess they ran out of money. So one of the levels, it's like an adventure game, which is not a bad idea per se. Be sucked into a game with holograms or whatever. But one of the levels is just doing hopscotch and singing the song and doing hopscotch,
following a little girl so they get to a force field.
Yeah, because otherwise you get hit by a force.
But I did everything she did.
Not everything.
So, not everything. You didn't sing the song. So,
Alamarine, count to 4. Alamarine,
Count to 4. Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see. Alamarine, you'll come with me.
Alamarine, you'll come with me.
Oh God.
I miss hopscotch.
Yeah.
So, it hasn't been that many years since I've done hopscotch because we had it at the school. So when I was working at the school, it's fun.
I was watching it. I've forgotten. I knew the episode was bad. I'd seen it
Avery
originally.
Brooks.
Yeah, I mean,
Avery Brooks said it's the worst thing that ever happened to him on that show. The worst thing ever.
Yeah,
it's pretty good since it is a great show. It had very few bad episodes. Like TNG had a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
And
in
then
fact,
part
I
of it
don't
was
think there's another bad episode, to be honest, that I can think of, except for a couple of things I can't talk about because it would be spoilery, really. But I can't think of all the 7 years another one that's maybe there is one and I just forgot about it that's bad like that.
Hungry should call it Alamarine Courtney.
Oh, there you go. So Hungry's tempted to make a naughty character with curves and red hair for club membership.
No one's ever done like one person drew me and it was like a joke. You guys have seen this, right? It's my avatar. I'm allowed to show it, I hope. That was done by a comic creator as a joke. It's amazing. It looks like Sally Jesse Raphael mixed with Bruce Jenner mixed with Eric Stoltz in the movie Rocky. That's my definition of that description.
Wow.
Anyway, it was a funny thing. It was a joke. So I've never had anyone do like an actual like nice looking or sexy looking thing, which I deserve. Damn it, I'm sexy. Just okay. I want a cheeseburger too.
Yeah, cheeseburger time. Oh God, I need a cheeseburger.
Well, I had to bring out the fudge stripe cookies, so couldn't hold out.
The next comment's funny.
Well, Stuart Smalley, yeah. What did he say, Stuart Smalley in Saturday Night Live? Damn it, I'm handsome, or I can't remember what
this or that, and
oh, and I'm good enough.
People like me. I'm good.
Yeah,
enough.
damn it, people like I'm good enough, and people
people like me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
nobody likes Al Franken because he's a total scumbag.
Yeah, he grabbed his way out of Congress.
What was everyone's favorite? Like, do you have a favorite SNL like from back in the day? I'm gonna assume because their newer stuff is not as whatever. But does anyone have like a favorite sketch from there?
Anyone got a bag? Clyburn Times, you got a bag of glass for me?
Huh?
Remember that skit with John with bag of glass, and it's like, see kids, this is this bag of broken glass. You hold it up to the light, and it makes rainbows.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Bassomatic, and then Johnny's Switchblade. It was the Fonz. It was the Fonz doll.
I used to have that. Well, I used to have that Saturday Night album that had a bunch of their classics that you could listen to over and over again. Back in the came out in the 70s, and it had some of their classic skits on there. One skit, I think my favorite, probably I can't mention it on this show. I'm not kidding. My favorite one, we'll put it to you like this: it was between Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase, and I can't say what it was. I'm not making that up.
Probably, okay. I agree.
Well,
put in the private chat.
I will tell you, there were a number that I liked. Like Toonses, the driving cat was always.
Oh my God, Toonses was the best. I forgot about Toonses.
Yeah, it was great, and especially the more modern era that went back with Dana Carvey and those guys when it was actually reborn again. Of course, the Coneheads, obviously, but my favorite was when they did.
Thank you, Hungry.
Was the Land Shark.
Oh, I was just that's my favorite.
Chevy Chase was great.
That is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love John Belushi's Samurai.
Well, that's how as we play Fortnite, we talk about our land sharks. Mark was taking land shark the other night, chasing people down with it.
I almost killed someone with the land shark. Yeah, it was awesome.
I love that. I loved so I like some of the, I'll call it the mid stuff because it's not new.
Yes,
it's probably
Outsider.
It's probably like in the 90s or something, but I loved the Christopher Walken Blue Oyster Cult thing is hilarious. The more cowbell, that's just amazing. But
go ahead.
Go on. No, go on.
You reminded me of something. Go ahead.
No, tell me. I want to know.
Well, there's one by Christopher Walken that was never been showed in reruns. It was only showed one time on live, and they cut it out, and they've cut it out of all the tapes and everything. Reruns that you can only find. You can find it on Daily Motion, and it was so messed up that they will never show it again. They'll never put it up. But anyway, continue.
This is Chris Walken, or
yep.
Does anyone on here do a Christopher Walken impression?
Well, Cardinal Sin's not here.
I know he does. Yeah, I know he does because I do a little thing on my Friday night show.
Go for it.
No, I don't do it. I can't do it, but I have a couple people that come on that are on the panel like every week, and I call it Talking with Walken, and I'll ask some questions, and it's funny.
I got a fever. More cowbell.
That was pretty good.
That's good, Dad, man. Yeah.
Brahma Bull does an amazing Christopher Walken. It's good. If you guys know who Brahma Bull is.
Well, back in the 90s, he went on and he did they're Samurai. That's one of my favorites. He did a sketch. It was they were pretending to be sort of like it was like a Phil Donahue type character doing a show about really large women and their very skinny husbands and boyfriends and stuff. And it was so mean and insensitive, and he even says some stuff that he ad-libbed. I'm not kidding you, other than the one time it aired, and you can find a crappy copy of it on Daily Motion. They called it the Connie Stinson Show. That was his name. He says things and stuff that they never put it on. Like when they put that out, I remember they put that episode, like they did a lot of episodes, they put it out on a Christopher Walken thing once, and then on a regular, like that whole episode by itself. and in other ways in reruns, and they don't show that sketch.
Yeah, they probably, there's so much stuff that they couldn't show nowadays anyway, just because everything is, you can't do anything anymore.
Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
Yes, and the
someone must have recorded
it's
it.
From a really bad VHS copy, you can tell.
Yeah.
But so one more thing that I used to love was it was so dumb, but it just reminded me of going to Quaker meeting. Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy. Because it was so stupid.
Well, the other favorites with Dana Carvey, the Broccoli song.
Oh,
broccoli,
Dana Carvey
broccoli.
was so funny. Yeah.
Broccoli. Oh, but
and I loved Norm Macdonald when he did the news. He was one of my favorite news people.
Oh my God,
but there was an even better. There was an even greater Dana Carvey one. The church lady.
Oh gosh, yes.
One for that special.
Yes.
Oh, it's joyous time of year. It's Christmassy, and we got this Santa guy. And if we switch his letter, move it, who could it be? Satan.
There's so many good ones.
Love that. Love that.
I'm getting verklempt. I forget what that one was. That was like
Billy.
And
when not Billy. Who was Billy Crystal was on. He did some great stuff, and he did the guy that would grab himself and hurt himself. It was like, there was stuff you'd never do today. Like he'd grab his nipples and pinch him. It's like, that was a crazy.
And the lovely but annoying Rosanna
Dana.
Yeah. I still love
she was based on a real person from Eyewitness News in New York City. So
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's yeah.
How did I not know that?
It was actually a family friend, Al Primo, who started Eyewitness News, and growing up, got to spend a bunch of time with him. So I was talking to him. He's like, and he started Eyewitness News, and the whole format's always blame him, like, oh, Al, you're the one I have to, when the weatherman or the anchor, on the side of the road, or the reporter on the side of the road, it's snowing out, but it was his idea to put the reporters out in the field, especially with the tech at the time. He hired Geraldo Rivera, so he was good friends with Geraldo Rivera, and of course all Grimsley, all the famous people that were on the news, and of course the news too was king back in the day too. I mean the news personalities were so famous, because you had 3 channels, right? So everyone knew everyone that was on the news. Everyone watched the 6 o'clock news. So, but he was telling you, he's like, that was based on Rosanna Dana is actually based on, that was the person that was on the news at the time in New York City, and of course it was live from New York. So I'm forgetting her name.
I'm gonna look into it. I always learn something here. That's why I like coming on here.
You mentioned the news. Yeah. You mentioned the news, but there was even one before that when the weekend update with it was Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin.
Oh yes,
he's always like, Jane, you ignorant.
Yeah,
believe. Yeah. Can't even say it now.
Yeah, that was great.
And coffee talk.
Yeah, so here's she was based on Roseanne Scarmadella, anchorwoman on ABC Eyewitness News.
Wow.
So that's
things I did not know.
Yeah. So I didn't. Al was telling him, it was joking about all Saturday Night Live and the news, and because the news is always one. I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in years, but the news segment was always one of the best. The best things on there. And my other favorite skits are. Of course, the Star Trek skit. You can't play it because we'll get zapped. But that's one of the classics when John Belushi is Captain Kirk and they're taking away the bridge, and you got Chevy Chase as Spock. Oh, it's just so amazing,
and
it's on
Farley
NBC
later on. Chris Farley was a great. Right, he was on SNL. Isn't that "Lay Off Me, I'm Starving"?
Oh
SNL. Yeah. Okay. I was in a band.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Pleasant Valley talked about the Star Trek restaurant, and I think Khan made an appearance in that one.
That was great. By the way, one thing, Mark, I sent you when you get a chance. I sent you I found it on Daily Motion. That video I'm telling you about. This is a good copy. It's called the Connie Stinson Talks, and there's a note on Daily Motion. They actually have a good copy of it now. It's weird. It says this video the video that gets banned by the pigs at NBC and YouTube more than any other, except maybe Holocaust host documentaries and stuff like that.
Wow.
They started shoving this one down the memory hole the day after it aired. It only aired once.
Yeah, well, people have back in the day now they can record stuff, so you have to.
But this is a better copy than I've seen.
We won't play it here, but yeah.
Just saying for you to watch it later.
I'll check it out. Appreciate that.
On Facebook, you got to see it. Holy crap! It is so stupid that they would ban that, but it's mean and it has a word in it.
Yeah.
Remember guy,
you know what? Everything is never going to be how it used to be, and I wish that the PC police never existed.
Well, this is a big one. You know, well now it will be. You know that remember a guy named back in the early 80s, named Charles Rocket, the Rocket Report on Saturday Night Live. He got fired for saying the F word.
No, I don't remember that actually.
Yeah, well, that was a while. You know, there was so many different hosts. This was during that around the time Eddie Murphy was on it, I believe. Charles Rocket was, and after the main cast already left.
Two wild and crazy guys.
And had all these different guys. Charles Rocket, he eventually passed away, but Norm got fired for making jokes about certain people that certain running back.
Mm-hmm.
Because the anchor, the Tartikoff was
friends with
him. Yeah.
J.O. Put those backwards. Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Norm Macdonald was my favorite anchor,
and certain other political figures. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I was just saying Norm Macdonald was my favorite
he was
anchor.
Fantastic.
I'm so sad when he passed. I loved him. He was so funny.
Yes, Larry. It is that my favorite is that Richard Pryor Chevy Chase word association skit, and I can't say much more. You remember that one?
Yeah, you can't play that one.
We can never play that one.
Yep.
I have to look now because I know I'll think it's.
You got to see that one.
I can take a joke, you know what I mean. I'm not hateful towards anyone, but I think
it's
humor like that is funny to me still because I grew up in the '80s. I know you guys are from before me, but it's
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, you'd look at
SNL in the '80s was
for
great
God's
too.
sake. He wrote the thing.
Yeah.
Jill.
Oh my God, I do remember. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comment.
Well, this, and they're mentioning, this is a phenomenal skit.
The best.
Yeah, but then I was listening to Bob Odenkirk, and he was a writer on SNL, and he said that Farley didn't like this skit because even though he didn't want to be funny as the fat guy, but I think it's one of the all-time funniest skits. But he was saying how when he talked to him, it was a kind of a hurtful skit. I hope they never ban this skit. Because it's just one of the most hysterical.
Surprised they haven't.
Well, it's hilarious how tall they made Patrick Swayze. I mean, he wasn't super tall.
Well, I think is he jumping up there? Or is he?
Oh, maybe I was just thinking.
Yeah, I think But I mean, that was just just the whole that whole skit. But Odenkirk was interviewed by Stern. I don't listen to Stern that often, but I was flipping through, and I love Bob Odenkirk and Better Call Saul.
I used to listen to Howard Stern.
He was mentioning, mentioning how that, he didn't really like that skit, so which is interesting to me. So, but yeah, I think that's one of the great skits.
It was so funny when he did "I'm a Maniac," when he did the Flashdance thing.
I missed the two. We're here to pump you up. The two.
Guys, this is Hans and I'm Franz, and we have to pump you up.
That Chippendales skit gave big people hope because I love that skit.
Yeah.
But the missus kept telling me I had to quit dancing, so.
I thought Richard Simmons was the best with Sweating with the Oldies.
Oh, yeah.
Sweating to the Oldies. I know that's not SNL. Sorry, but you were saying the big people thing or whatever.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was a show, Whose Line Is It Anywhere, that Richard Simmons appeared on once.
I love that show.
Oh my God!
Whose line is it?
Find the episode where he appeared on it.
I never saw it with him on.
Well, if you can find it, it was a riot. He had them going crazy.
Hi, Jill. Sorry.
Or the one where they did.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, the one where they did "It's a Wonderful Life," and they go and they riot in the end.
That was the Shatner episode. It was like the lost ending of "It's a Wonderful." That was the famous Get a Life episode Shatner was on.
Yeah, Shatner was great on that. That was a great episode of Saturday Night Live.
even the Hooker parody was funny. And yes, the con part.
TJ Hooker,
yeah. That wasn't Dana Carvey. It was Con.
Yes.
You shall be cited.
There were so many good things. All of
Rob
it. Like,
Schneider.
just scrolling through, I'm like remembering things. Like Wayne's World. I mean, come on. That was like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how many of their little skits spawn movies and other things.
Conehead spawned movies. Right?
Yeah.
Me, I'm from France. Me, I'm from France.
Yeah.
I remember when the Coneheads movie came out.
The Roxberries, the two dancing guys.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No.
That's another one.
I heard that was a terrible movie, but I didn't see it.
No,
Yeah,
that movie
was.
actually I think is hilarious.
I didn't see it. I just heard it was bad.
You have to get little jokes about it. Like,
Even
in
Mary-
general,
That's good,
it's very annoying.
Even Mary Catherine Gallagher had her own movie. You know,
the superstar.
The schoolgirl that got nervous.
Pat.
and
Yeah.
her arms under her own. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
It's Pat. Yeah, they did a movie.
Oh yeah. It's Pat.
Oh, Pat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we can't talk about that. That's
No. Oh,
Probably.
wow. That's true. They probably can't see that movie anymore.
yeah,
Well,
all of that.
Oh yeah, Fat for Hire did a great graphic of Jill with Annie Oakley and the Iron Maiden one is awesome too. Yep. So check out Jill's Twitter. That was really cool.
Jill, how are you? I love
Jilly
Jill.
Jill.
So sweet.
One of the ones I liked was Rob Schneider too, with the making copies.
No, Mickey.
Copy maker.
The copy man. Yeah, the Markster. The Marcaroonie. The Marcarino.
There's something
Wow,
later.
man. I think Bobby knows everything that's out there. Hey,
No, that's a famous one. I stopped watching. Look, I really stopped watching with any regularity after Eddie Murphy left, and then once in a while I would go back. Dennis Miller was great doing the news. They had some great guys doing news, like Colin Quinn, Dennis Miller, Norm Macdonald.
Colin Quinn was good. Yeah.
But I love Chevy doing the news. You know, Bill Murray did it great.
Oh, this was great too. Joe Cocker, A Little Help from My Friends. It was then Belushi did a spoof of that with his hands going crazy. Right. Anyone seen that video? So,
you remember the video where John Belushi he was an old John Belushi in the future, and he was visiting the graves of all of his fellow cast members. They were all dead but him.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
That was a video. That was the skit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheeseburger is the cheeseburger one. Yeah.
Cheeseburger, cheap. No,
no tuna, no fries, no Coke, Pepsi.
I swear to God, there was a chain for a while called Cheeseburger. I know they got it from that episode.
And Chevy Chase falling down. And Gerald Ford was actually probably our most athletic president. He, played football from, I think it was Michigan in college, and he was, great athlete. He just happened to fall a couple times, so that's all it takes. And then, boom.
Oh, Phil Hartman. He was amazing.
Oh, Phil Hartman was brilliant.
So, yeah, man. God bless him. Yeah.
That was so messed up. Phil Hartman was so funny.
It's like ignorant bleep. Yeah, we can't say it now.
Ignorant bleep. That was fantastic. They were so
They'll
funny.
never have television like it used to be. What happened to the good old days? Now I'm one of those old people.
No, look, they make it. They make you this way, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so good. We didn't, and at the time we knew it was great, but we never knew. You always think, we'll look back. Will it still stay? Will it stay as good? And it just gets better. But it's good anyway. It was great. But since so much is so lousy now, it just makes it even better. If things were
now it's like
still
taboo,
good,
which is like ridiculous to me. But that makes
really
it even better too.
No, yeah, it makes it even better. But even if things were like still a lot of stuff coming out that was really good, we'd still like this stuff. But it wouldn't. That is so horrible now. It makes this stuff look even better than it was.
Mm-hmm.
When it shouldn't happen. That should stay. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. And I lost my thought as I was saying it, so don't worry.
Phantom rubbing off on you. It happened to me all the time.
It's either called a brain fart or a senior moment in my eyes.
This is for you, Phantom.
I'm Gumby, damn it!
I'm Gumby, damn it!
I love
try to explain to kids what Gumby is or what.
You guys remember the sketch when Eddie Murphy went back as a guest star, and he did the sketch where he went in undercover as a white man.
Oh yeah, and you can never do that nowadays either, especially.
My God! And he goes to the bank, and the guy's trying to get a bank loan. Because let's see if I can help you, Mister. It looks at White. White, and the guy who was trying to give him, I can't even say it. never mind. But it was just there was
We
things
should
like
talk about this behind the scenes because it is fun to talk
right.
about.
Yeah.
Well, he did say, "I realized that when white people are alone, they give things to each other." Great.
I mean, I won't quote anything, but just everything about Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy Raw cracks me up. It's just funny. His stand-up stuff was
brilliant.
So,
The man who shot buckwheat.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
buckwheat. Oh my God, that was big.
Mr.
That was a big
Buckwheat
deal.
has been shot.
And it turned out to be alfalfa. Spoiler alert, didn't it?
No, it wasn't alfalfa. It was John David Stutz, and Eddie Murphy played him too. The man, and then he got shot just like Jack Ruby. He got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot buckwheat head. He got shot. Oh, I shot. Just as in, the man who shot buckwheat, John David Stutz, has been shot.
And then this is the one I mentioned before, Dan Aykroyd with Super Bassomatic 76 fish blender.
Oh,
TV
God,
so
yep.
It's clean, simple, and after 5 or 10 fish, it gets to be quite a rush. So they'd put, when they had all those juicers back then. So all they did, he just put fish into a blender on TV.
On TV, live TV.
Live TV.
I do not remember this sketch, but I'm gonna have to look I'm gonna have to look it up because that is something that was like directly making fun of people like my father. My father was like a juicer guy, like Did
it Corey Apple?
Corey Apple too.
My dad actually, his first restaurant was a place called the town it was called, but Juice Company. Like he was doing fresh juice back in like 1979 or 80. You know what I mean? When it was like
15 funniest. Oh, I want to see that list. We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. Well, some of them I'd agree with. Of course, the Blues Brothers were on Saturday Night Live first, obviously, and then of course that's one of the greatest movies of all time. I mean, so God, I haven't watched it in a while. I got to watch it again.
Me too. So what do they have as the 15 funniest? Did you look at it yet?
Well, I've been scrolling through. Yeah, say the Bassomatic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know.
All the samurai ones were so great.
Yeah.
And the bees.
Samurai War. Killer Bees. Yep. Oh, and Steve.
Oh,
Steve
God,
Martin.
that's one of the greatest. Steve Martin.
The opening is great.
King Tut.
King Tut. Yeah.
Oh, now I can see. I had to make it full screen. I'm blind.
And now don't think
Mr. Bill.
There you go. How about Mr. Bill?
Mr. Bill. Yeah. $20 budget.
Oh no! It's Mr. Sluggo. Come on, Mr. Bill.
And the Muppets were actually on the first season.
That's
SNL
right. The
too.
Muppets were. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they would do a segue because I bought all the I think I have like the first 10 seasons of SNL on disc because that's what we're saying.
Right.
They're gonna race these, or you can stream some of them.
You got to get physical if you can't get.
But they're gonna disappear some of those skits before you know it. So, but yeah. So I guess I don't know if this is any order, but yeah, I would agree with that. Mr. Bill, King Tut.
Oh God,
Samurai, yep. Blues Brothers.
But that's multiple ones. Oh yeah, that's the Lubner, the
nerds.
The nerds.
Yep, they were great.
Oh, yeah, Bassomatic.
Wild and crazy guys.
Wild and crazy guys.
Yeah. So.
This is for original cast. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, this is original cast. Yeah, we are from France.
Yeah, I'm from France.
Yeah. Baseball has been very, very good to me.
Yep. The ball has been a better
math quantities.
That's in math quantities. We are from France.
Rosanna.
They did.
Someone in the chat earlier was saying Baba Wawa. And
Baba Wawa.
My mom and I still refer to her as Baba Wawa.
Oh man.
Yeah, Chevy and cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
I agree with that one.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, and then this Belushi skit. Oh, one of my favorite Belushi's ones is the Breakfast of Champions after Bruce Jenner won the decathlon. And
little chocolate
donuts. The Breakfast of and then who would have figured that they would make freaking donut cereal someday?
Donut cereal.
They have donut cereal now. So this only we did Julia Child. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I don't remember.
And then he cuts his finger off or something by accident in that one. I'm trying to remember. Chops himself up. So those were I can't play it, but Belushi, Breakfast of Champions.
one of the funniest ones they did with the later, not in the original crew, though, was someone in the 90s, and I think it was with Chris Farley and a few more in there. They had Charlton Heston as the guest host, and he took a nap at the beginning. He woke up, and everybody was apes. He was on the planet of the apes.
Oh,
You see that one? That was fantastic.
Oops. There we go. But I clicked the X there. Here we go.
Yeah,
Breakfast
little
of
chocolate
Champions.
donuts.
Yeah, there's the donuts. Yep. Here, I'll play a couple seconds up.
Man. It's so good.
Yeah, I can't skip.
What about the peanut butter one? The one about with a name like Fluckers? It's got to be good.
Yeah.
Or new shimmer. It's a dessert topping. It's a floor wax. It's a dessert topping. It's a floor wax.
Yeah, just love. Okay. So I'm gonna
great.
find it where I can. Oh, here we can skip through it at least. Yeah. Yeah, so he does that, and the end, he's like, "Yeah, it's like
little chocolate."
And he's smoking a cigarette there. That's like, how would that go? How would that work today, right? I'll give the person a like. Yep. 600. So that's just all-time classic.
That's hilarious with the cigarette, because it just like my friends. This is just having to do with the cigarette and the food, but like Peggy Bundy, you know how she was always smoking over the pot or whatever.
Yeah.
My mom, my friends used to call my mom Peggy Bundy because she was a redhead and she didn't cook much, but she would boil water. But she'd always have the cigarette. And it was like, it's so funny.
Yes, that Star Trek restaurant sketch was great.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah.
Oh god! And the same guy that played Sulu on that one. You know the old Star Trek with John Belushi as Kirk, old sketch, the Star Trek sketch, which was that's one of the greatest ones. Well, the guy who played Sulu on that one played Sulu 10 years later or whatever on that Restaurant Enterprise one, I think.
Oh, he came back and he did restaurant when that's awesome. Yeah.
My favorite line was Kevin Neal and his Spock, which says, "Dr. McCoy, would you do me the very great honor of eating my shorts?"
I wonder, is that where they got from The Simpsons? Eat my short.
I don't know.
Bart Simpson.
I'm not sure.
Whatever the quote before was saying, I have to see that because that sounds so hilarious.
Which one? The Jill?
The camera one with Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
It was the quote that was just up on the screen right before.
Yeah, remember Smucker's escalated and mangled, baby. Yep. That Smucker's one.
Yeah.
That was on the old album. What is that? Remember the old Saturday Night Live album? Did you have that one, Phantom Outsider? That you got a whole bunch of you could just run around, or there was a cassette as well. You could listen to this. They had put a bunch of them on the Saturday Night Live album. I have to see if it's still. I don't have it anymore, but it's here. It's probably somebody put it on YouTube, probably.
Let's see if we find Star Trek. Well, show the restaurant. Yeah.
Restaurant Enterprise.
Yeah. So I'll put the clip in for people. So we can't play it, otherwise we'll get Zappola. But yeah, so you go. So here's Kirk is here. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that's the guy. Yeah. So that's the guy. Yeah, the salad bar. Yeah. So
yeah, he played Sulu on the old sketch, I think.
Yeah, like we need more ketchup. We need more, whatever he's saying there is like.
Sulu, don't make me regret my policy of free food for the crew.
It's really funny that I remember this and I never knew. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
When I was 7, I never knew this was like Star Trek.
Dana Carvey's fantastic.
Which I still have not begun, but I'm still. That's the first thing that I start watching will be that. I have a lot going on where I can't.
Oh, I understand. Sure.
Start
I found that Saturday Night Live album. It's cheap too. I remember that thing. That was great. On
Maximum
Amazon.
Relish. Maximum Relish. Yeah.
Who is that in the middle? With what actor?
That's Dana Carvey as Khan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He does have the same chest. Yep.
Oh my gosh! And is that like the person on the left supposed to be George Takei?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
With glasses.
I love the way Carvey played Khan because he always
Kark. Yeah.
Talking about food like the corn or the.
I'll be back in 6 months and you will be sighted. He's the food inspector. No sneeze guard on the salad bar.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Yeah, the ketchup, mayo, and relish. They're making Russian dressing. It's just so hysterical. It's just so ridiculous.
They were playing music from the show on it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
gosh. That, of course,
I absolutely
again,
remember like watching, like seeing this. I don't specifically remember the skit, but that's so funny that I never even knew back in the day.
Well, you do remember the Shatner Get a Life sketch, right? The classic, not the Star Trek convention sketch is also in this episode.
I'm not sure.
You remember?
Oh, that's move out of your parents' basement.
Yeah.
Kiss a girl.
Kiss a girl. You must be old 30. Have you ever kissed a girl? I didn't think so. He's at a con.
They kind of did a skit like making fun of that. That was one of my favorites, like in the '90s, just because it was making fun of like kids, or it was maybe even early 2000s, which is breaking my rule. But it was called Goth Talk, and it was like these teenagers or whatever in their basement, and they were all goth, and they had their show and whatnot, and like you would hear the brother saying something, it was making fun of him, but I think it was probably copying that, what you were just talking about. I did not explain that well. I'm shutting up.
No problem. I know what they're talking about.
Whoops.
Bones, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Kurt
John
Bribes,
Lovitz, the liar guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of my favorite SNL skits too was John Lovitz did the devil, right? He played the devil.
Yeah.
So Paul Simon was a guest one night, and he gets on the elevator and he's hearing his music, like sound of I don't want me to sing, but like Sounds of Silence or whatever, Simon and Garfunkel, in Muzak, and he's on the elevator, and then the next song comes up. It's like Bridge Over Troubled Water and Muzak, and then Mrs. Robert, and they're playing the songs, and he's like, "What's going on?" He kick out of the elevator, and John Lovitz shows up as the devil. He's like, "Welcome to hell." He's doomed to all eternity to listen to his music on Muzak in an elevator.
I have to see that. I love Paul Simon, and my brother does too. I'm gonna have to find that for my brother. I don't want.
That's like so that when comedy has like not truth to it, but just something that hits home like that. You can imagine like someone
uh-huh.
Kevin
stuck
Nealon.
there.
Kevin Nealon was funny too, and there's Phil Hartman. He's so great.
Yeah, so let's see what.
What happened to SNL? I'm gonna say,
turned to
the world,
filthy garbage.
society.
Got too political.
Yeah.
Boy, did it ever! But that was just been that way a long time. Though Lorne Michaels is a dude.
So this is the last, the last voyage. Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This is one of the all-time great. Yeah, so that's
Black
the same.
Forest,
That's the same guy, right? Yeah.
Same guy. Yeah. Yep.
And the set looked actually. I'm not gonna say good, but it actually was not.
It worked.
It worked, right? Yeah. So there. Yeah, there's the Enterprise. Belushi is Captain Kirk.
Belushi was fantastic.
I gotta watch this after the show's over.
I love this sketch so much. Oh my god! But for how long, Mr. Buckford? How long? And by the way, Belushi was a huge, not only comic book fan, he was a big Star Trek fan, so he loved doing this.
He loved doing this, right? Yeah. And then the executives come in. Hey, that's my phaser. That's my toy phaser that I have.
That is.
They must have redressed it. Yeah, let me grab. Hold on, let me grab that sucker.
Elliot Gould was the guest host in this one. Right on, Buck Rogers. Is that an order, baby?
They must have. Let me see here.
Aykroyd doubled. He did Scotty's voice, but he played McCoy, and he had a mustache for some reason. It looks like they did. It looks.
Yeah, that's it.
Painted it or something.
They just painted the top side silver and the top silver, right?
Like the hair dryer, the blow dryer.
Yeah. And they've covered up the holes, or maybe you couldn't see the hole. Yeah, they just, prop guy that takes 2 seconds to do, but that's son of a bitch. Well, maybe I should paint one like that and say it was actually on Saturday Night Live. No, just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, you could
Unless
make a prop.
There was another version of the toy that looked a little bit, that was painted differently. It could have been a repaint.
But looks exactly. Doesn't that look exactly?
Because yours says Star Trek on it.
Star
They didn't
Trek.
want. They did that to keep it from having. I don't know. Maybe they painted them or something.
Well, what looked silly
Star
was
Trek
it said Star Trek on it. Yeah.
Right.
This is one of my all-time.
Not that they would have cared if
favorite
it looked
toys.
silly.
Yeah. But I wonder if that's. That's. Yeah, the executives come on and they're shutting down the show. Shoot them, and then the phasers don't work. They start shooting.
Phasers don't stun.
It doesn't work. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Oh, hysterical.
We tried to seek out new life and new civilizations. We tried to explore strange new worlds, and except for one television network, we found intelligent life all over the galaxy. I remember what Scotty said when Spock said NBC. It said NBC on the license plate of the Chrysler. Because we believe it from the 20th century, a company that used to manufacture cookies.
Yeah. Right. That's so.
Aykroyd was hilarious too.
That was.
Chase was Spock. That was so funny. Oh shit! Oh Shatner, you got a call from a margarine company. They want to talk to you because he did used to go. He did used to do margarine commercials at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so JD, yeah, that's a Remco from the 70s. Yep, early 70s, 74, I think.
JD Lewis, what's up, bud?
Yep. Hail JD Lewis. Yep. So good catch there. Yep. They made this.
Remco indeed.
Cover your ears, but this is the sound it made.
Ow.
And after a few hours of that, my uncle was like, he would call me Marcus, like Marcus. If I hear that again, I'm breaking that. But Uncle Freddie, Santa gave me that. You can't break it. Well, just
sure
don't
can.
let me hear it again. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the blue is too dark, but we'll forgive them.
Yeah. Blue is too dark. What you gonna do?
But the damn thing is just so funny. then they in the end they're taking the set away. Just the set. And there's no.
So live long and prosper. Promise.
There's no enterprise left. Like, and of course the joke was when was this skit out? I guess
this was around it was like the second or third year, 75 ish, 76.
Yeah.
So when Elliot
yeah, so
Gould
Star Trek was still pretty pop. It was doing great in reruns, and of course we had TAS.
yeah.
But I guess I wonder if they were talking about Phase 2 at this point. It's probably before that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they were. They were talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
So it was if we're up, they said, I'm sorry. Well, he said, I'm sorry. If we're up to me, you could, we would cancel you. My kids like it. There was a network executive. Live long and prosper. Promise.
Yeah. That'd be a great one to clip a few seconds of that one. Yeah.
You could that. You actually would have to clip him saying that because he goes, "Live long and prosper." And then he changed promise.
Promise.
That'd be a good one to do.
Yeah, clip the end of that. Yeah. His uniform looked pretty good there, actually, Belushi.
75.
Yeah. 75. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. So that's right. Yeah, Chevy was only there for one season. Yep. So but the conventions were starting. Yeah, so Star Trek was getting to be pretty
there've been
popular.
a couple of cons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just dismantle the whole set. Nothing left. But Belushi's just so great in his line, his delivery there.
It's fantastic. I almost couldn't look at him without cracking up. I mean, he's just one of the funniest bastards ever lived.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm really sorry to interrupt everybody.
No problem.
I actually have to go. I'm sorry because I'm having fun.
That's all right. No, all good.
But and I'm sorry I was so late, but it was excellent.
No, you're never
everybody.
late. Anytime you can hang out, it's always appreciated. It's open.
Great to have you here.
Open. I'm putting your channel in the chat so everyone sub to Courtney.
Yes,
get it a Fortney. It's a
Fortney.
Fortney.
The coordinator.
There we go. There we go. My
I
brain
need
will
5
work
more
again
subs
someday.
till 400. And I don't know what. Maybe I don't know if I do. What do you do? A special? No, that's 500. I guess. I'll just
500. You got to wait to 500. Yeah.
so close, yet so far away. All right.
You'll
Well,
get it. You'll get
good night
it.
to the chat, and good night to the panel, and much love to everybody, and have a good one.
Be good,
Bye.
Courtney.
Take care, Courtney. Yep.
Later.
Be good. Be good.
You be good. Just kidding.
That
I'll
Superman sketch with Bill Murray was fantastic. And Margot Kidder, that was one of the superheroes. That was one of the best. That's the best superheroes one they ever did.
Yeah, and of course they had the Marvel heroes on too. They had the Hulk,
all superheroes
as a joke. Yeah, they had.
They're all there.
Yeah, SNL.
Oh, that was so great. The Ant-Man
and the Hulk farts, and he stamps. Doesn't he step on Ant-Man or something? Or
no, he was in the bathroom. It was John Belushi was Hulk.
Yeah,
he's coming out of the bed. The thing had a ridiculous costume.
Yeah, we had the thing. Yeah,
and the Hulk. I love my favorite part was like when he gave him the shake. He shook hands. And when Hulk walked in, and he gave this present. He goes, "What is it?" He goes, and he opened it up. Like, kryptonite. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it was. Really
and then when Superman and Flash went in to play ping pong, and they go in and you hear, the game's over.
Yeah, it came over.
Oh, then they were telling, so you're what are you, Ant-Man again? Like what's your power again? I is Ant-Man. I can shrink down to the size of an ant whilst retaining my human strength. Oh, well, that's pretty impressive. Hey, Hulk, get a load of this guy. He's got the strength of a human. Yeah, he must be in a clean house on all those other ants. What's wrong with being Ant-Man? Nah, come on, man. We're just ribbing you.
Yeah. And they even got Spider-Woman back there.
Spider-Woman's there. The Thing.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, I think, was in it.
Then they have Mr. Fantastic.
That's a different one there.
Different one. That's a different one.
Chris Farley is Hulk right there. Oh, that's the Death of Superman one right there. Remember the Death of Superman that had Sinbad at it? Was Black Lightning?
I don't remember. Oh, here, Invisible. She should lock the door.
Yes, she should. The Invisible Girl is going to use the bathroom. She should lock the door. He opened the door. She screamed.
What do you bring? Kryptonite.
That's his Hulk's girlfriend. She's all beat up because she's the Hulk.
Yeah. Paul Murray is Superman.
God.
Great stuff.
That's why Garrett Morris had a cameo in the first Ant-Man movie.
Oh, that's why they had him in, right?
That's why he was in it, because he played Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that in the theater, I just laughed my ass off because I can't believe they put him in there. And there's the ambiguously gay duo.
Yep. As Mego figures, yep. Yeah, the costume's pretty good as Ant-Man, yeah. Where are your ants?
I is Ant-Man. Where are your ants?
I'm not sure I remember your name. I'm really bad with names.
There he is from Ant-Man, see? There you go.
Right, yeah.
I mean, when I saw that, I just lost it. When I went to see the first Ant-Man movie, I liked the first Ant-Man movie. But when I went to see that, I just couldn't. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, I can't believe they put him in there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Superhero party. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's down from my neck of the woods. Garrett Morris.
Yeah. That's hysterical. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up now. We've had some awesome fun tonight. I think what was going to talk. I got to watch Prey, so I think things that I got to talk about for next week. So,
what for?
Well, I'd like to talk about it, so I'd like to check it out. I don't know, anyone who'd listen, I guess.
I don't think I feel like watching it.
You don't feel like watching it, yeah. So
especially after a tragedy that happened last night after the show that I won't mention here. That somebody now wants me to watch something I don't want to watch. But I'll tell you about that.
Yeah, well, we can kind of mention it, can't we? Kind of.
What, you mean Prey? Oh yeah, if you want.
No. That what I can mention that Sandman. I can mention. Yeah, I got to watch that. But I'd mentioned we were talking after the after Saturday. Was it after the Clubhouse? I think I mentioned. Yeah, but then we talked about last night. But I was I'd mentioned on late Thursday night that Sandman was airing, and I was talking to Raquel, but I didn't say like, "Oh, it's going to be awesome" or "watch it." Or although I did love the Sandman comics, so we lost Dad Man.
Dad Man, oh,
sorry, Dad Man.
Sorry, Dad.
He said be right back. Oh, maybe he lost his.
He came back, but
connection.
something must have happened. Maybe.
That's okay. Yeah.
Hopefully, he'll be back.
I'll be back, but we're gonna wrap it up. But I hope we'll. So I mentioned like
Max,
Sandman.
I'm sorry, Max. If you just Google it, it's on Daily Motion. It's called the Connie Stinson Show. Connie, as in, like, even though it's a girl's name, he's the character. Stinson Show. Go watch that on now. I try on my computer. I got some kind of ad blocker. It won't let me do it, but I did it. I found it on my phone. But and I sent Mark a link to it. Say CONNIE Stinson Talk. Connie Stinson Talks. Yeah.
Yep. So I've got to show the Gorn, I guess. So, but let me. So this is my background for tonight. Yeah, I got it because it's not an official show. Phantom saying if we don't show the Gorn, and Dadman's back. So we're wrapping her up now. But I was just showing some of the banners. So Raquel went and watched Sandman, and I guess I don't know. I won't say what she thought of the show, except now that she's making us watch the show, because I just mentioned it was coming out and I didn't hear a lot about it, and so now we're gonna watch it. So we'll see. Hopefully it's gonna be good.
Put that on your back.
Yeah, well, these are things I always put. And the Orville, we didn't talk about the last episode of the Orville, but we can talk about that next time. We talk about enough on your channel, but
talk about that?
No, I have like a list of things I'm thinking and talking about. No, it's all good. We went to the Saturday Night Live thing. It was much more fun, I think, than the last episode of the Orville. And Yellowstone.
Was a good idea.
Yeah, Yellowstone. So these are things on my watch list to watch. But so Sandman, Raquel watched I think the first 6 episodes. So
I have no idea why, but she did.
Yeah. So now we've got to watch. Now we've got to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. So, right now you've got to watch it.
So here's the Gorn. So
I don't want to watch it.
So the Sandman was Gorn would say, "I'm not watching the Sandman." I guess, right? Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
So
please, God, no! I don't want to watch that.
could be worse.
Especially what I tell you, what Claude has been texting me because he's been watching it. Well, we were just telling down the stuff he's telling me. I can't say it on the air. He's been watching it too. So this is a warning to you all. If you're a Sandman fan and you don't want, and you're thinking about watching it, from 2 different people. They say the first episode's pretty good if you're a fan of the comic and sets things up. And then, for the love of God, and I'm not a fan of the comic, so I don't care, but I respect people who like the Sandman. So just full warning right there. But go ahead.
Yep. Warning. I guess that's not so good. Yep. Not so good. Yep. So here's the ticker. Wesley sucks, and I guess that's what Sandman is. Allegedly, I love it. Kills me because I love that comic. It's not a comic for everyone. It's kind of a weird comic, but if you get into that vibe and you read in the series and it grows on you, it was really really good. Yeah, Phantom saying a cartoon version of Cost of Living would be really good. And the first episode looks kind of like the comic too, I guess. So
yeah,
maybe that's why
it's first episode.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. So yep. So yeah. So maybe we got some homework assignments to do. So
yes, you do for sure.
You gotta watch this, but I'm interested to watch Prey and see how that comes out. It's got to be better than the Gorn on Strange New Worm. So we'll see. Well, we don't want to get into that. This is a family show, but but I really appreciate Clobbering Times being here.
Thanks, man.
It's been great to have you. Always a ton of fun.
Thank you, sir.
And the ever awesome Dadman walking. Of course, you got to get a sparkly unicorn avatar too, Dadman.
Does he?
Yeah, I think he should have that icon. Yep. I don't know, Dadman.
But yeah.
That's okay, Dadman.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're kind of faint, but yeah, we got to.
What happened right there?
There you go. Now you're better.
But yeah, I'm trying to get Ang to help me update something on that. But Yeah.
Ang's an expert streamer, so tell her she's got to get you some new headphones, or tell you what to get. Yep.
Absolutely. And a new avatar maybe one day.
Well, I love that avatar, but it'd be fun if you had. Yeah, there we go. Max Redstone put it in the unicorn. Like it'd be fun if you could flip between them, or had like this one with this avatar with like a unicorn head kind of thing combined.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not an artist, but I'm sure Anne could draw because she's an artist.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, without doubt.
So follow Angwo on Twitch. There's the link. So and we want to thank Thor for hopping in. Maddie's daddy's glad he's feeling better, but here's a shout out if you're still listening, or hopefully we did put you to sleep, Steve. I hope we did that. And we did our job. And Courtney, thank you for hanging out, Courtney. Always, and you're never late. Anyway, open door policy at Sunday Night Geekery. Whenever you can pop in and out, it's all good. And I'm going to scroll all the way back up. Who was the first person in the chat? Who wins the no prize? Let's see. This chat takes a while to scroll up. I need some sound effects or music. I got the Stream Deck, but it's can't play music with it. I've been fiddling with it. It's a bunch of buttons, but now we're back to the start. So Gap After Dark was the first person here. Small Time Republic, Larry, Pat S. Oh, and thank you for Pat S. For modding. Let's see who else was Stream Elements Bot, JD Lewis, and of course the great Nick Weiser hanging out with us for a while, aka Lemmy. So appreciate you hanging out with us, Nick Weiser. Phantom Outsider, Small Time Republic, I think I said. Pleasant Valley Picker, of course the ever awesome Hungry to make some snazzy merch art soon. Pleasant Valley Picker, Apolly's Minion was here. I said Phantom Outsider. My memory is just so bad. Monkey Jeebus was here. Shout out to him. Shout out to the bots. I hope you find love. George Lucas was here. Captain Time Lord Spock, and of course he's in a different time zone, so he's time traveling too in a way, I guess, right?
Yeah, in a way.
Dave was here too. Yep. I wonder if Dave is playing some Fortnite later. Yep. Let's see who else was there. Pope Metallica stopped by. Thank you, Pope. And I said Pop Culture Republic, I believe. Oh God, I don't want to. Always say I don't want to miss anyone. No. Oh, Koki Pan was here. Drop by. Of course, Max Redstone with his awesome limericks and funny chat, and Matthew Pounder. I should do the list like you do, Clobbering Times. That actually makes too much sense. Yeah, that's too efficient. And do you actually write that in paper and pencil, or you?
No, Saturday Night Star Trek, but the other nights I just wing it. Yeah,
you just wing it. Yep. And of course, Antiderivative Jill. I'm sure I mentioned Jill. So, and if I missed anyone, it's just because I'm old and senile, and can't remember.
That quickly.
So just really appreciate everyone being here. Wash, I guess that's wash hands. Is that hand claps?
Wash hands.
Yep. And of course I just I got to do it. I can't to get out of here. We gotta since that video hit. Now it's up to how many hits did that video get now? Which is totally ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's full of 2.4.
Yeah,
2,400 hits. Yeah, which is totally bonkers. So so I'm famous now. But all right, so I gotta do it. It's just have to do it to get out the show. Yep.
Alamo, count to 4. Alamo,
count to 4. Alamo, then 3 more. Alamo, if you can see. Alamo, you'll come with me.
Alamo, you'll come with me.
Nana Visitor is just like, just shoot me now.
That's.
And all right, there we go. One more. What?
Wow.
Oh, the horror.
We went from the highs of airplane clips to that again.
Yep. Oh, Dave got the new Venom skin. Cool. Yep.
Hey, good job.
Arg. I apologize, everyone. I appreciate
You should.
I should, yeah. But I didn't write it. I just clipped it. Yep. Right.
Absolutely
So sorry about that. But no, I really appreciate everyone hanging out. It was a fun night as usual. Sometimes I'm kind of tired on Sunday night going in, and then but then really get going and have a lot of have a lot of fun hanging out with everyone. So always appreciate you guys spending time and hanging out with us. It's really fun and much appreciated because you could be watching Sandman right now. So thank you for being here.
Good.
And Hungry Boy says, "Oh, the pain.
You
can do it.
The pain.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain.
And Max says, I can see Wesley suffering. Yeah. Oh, poor Wesley. So, but yeah, thanks again, everyone, for hanging out. And we'll catch you. So, Clobbering Times has what you got for your Monday night show? You got a subject?
Jack Kirby month, as you know, and I'll be doing talking a little bit of Kirby tomorrow night.
Awesome. Yep.
A little Kirby creations.
Nice. And Tuesday night is Toxic Tuesday. I don't think I'm gonna. I hate to miss Airplane though. God, I love Airplane. I'll see if we have enough people for a poker game. That should be fun. And Dadman and I will be playing Fortnite during the week as per usual. Maybe we'll sneak in some early late night Fortnite games. And Friday night we always play after Nick's show is over.
Yeah, about 12:30.
Yep, something like that. Yep. So we hang out there, and Dave joins us sometimes when he can. So yep. So thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Hope this kicks off your week in style. And we'll catch you the next time. So let me put this. We'll play. Of course, this is fitting, right? We're talking Saturday Night Live tonight, so of course I got my Blues Brothers outro. So they'll send us out. Yep. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.